So that was of the many things we did.
Did you do it
Probably
at
the
Blue
highlight.
Lagoon?
Yes, we
Where'd you go?
did. The
Yeah,
Blue
Blue
Lagoon
Lagoon.
Island. There
Yep,
it
that's
is.
my fave.
Blue Lagoon's off of Nassau in the Bahamas. So you get to Nassau and you take a water taxi out to Blue Lagoon, and there you go.
Do they
And yeah,
still have like the floaties, like the floating? Um, it's like the
like a
the
floating
moon
water
bouncers.
park.
Uh-huh.
They do. Yeah.
Yes, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
So there's
gosh.
lots of other pictures. I didn't really take many, mostly because part of our goal was to only have one phone with us when we traveled ashore, so that we weren't trying to constantly keep track of a couple. So my wife's was the one we brought for two reasons. One, she paid for the internet plan because she's crazy, and two, because she's the one who's always taking the pictures anyway. So might as well unlock with her face right away to take the pictures. So I don't have a ton on my phone, but she's got a whole pile. Roaming Bricks gives us some dolphins. There they are.
That water is still
Friday Night
gorgeous.
Bricks says pulling a Larry means having video proof. Well, maybe you do have video proof. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. Roaming Bricks is in here as well, joining us. That maybe looks like a terrified face for maybe pulling a Larry. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Alphonse says, my feet hurt after all. And there were lots of things to see, so probably it was busy. Let's see. It was a 3-in-1 dolphin set day, says Brick Dead Builds. He must still be finishing his packing. But yeah, that was the Bahamas for me. The second topic before we get to Indianapolis, I already mentioned the blizzard. In fact, so much of a blizzard that they already canceled school for my kids tomorrow. And we'll get
Wow.
into that later in close calls, because I think there's more to it in this particular case, because honestly, the snow is not that bad. But I think there are a couple other factors, and we'll get into it in close call, because I want to blame somebody for this. I just don't know who. So we'll see who we're going to blame when we get to close call later. The other topic there was brown coats, and General Tron suggested, is that a Firefly reference? Yes, it is. So Firefly, beloved, very beloved cult classic, produced by Fox for all of one season, then they canceled it. They made a movie, and it's been one of those things that people have been trying to get back in some format for a long time. And I don't know why we're getting a wave there from VMAC, but we are. You can't be heard, VMAC. I can't hear VMAC. Can you hear him?
I'm a leaf on the wind. I
No,
was
I
trying
can't.
to
Leaf on the
whisper.
wind. Yes. Yes. So Nathan Fillion, the main star of that show, has gone on to be in Castle and Rookie, is trying to get a animated series up and running. And so he went and filmed videos with all the original stars that are still alive. And there was lots of speculation about what it was he was trying to produce. And there was lots of concern that the actors are all a lot older, and how it would work, how the universe would work. So they want to do it animated, which I actually think might be good for Lego, because they don't have a home for it yet. But if the right series, if the right streaming service, because I'm sure that's where they'll end up, picks it up, maybe we will get finally a Firefly ship, which has been very popular in terms of mocking for quite a long time. The ship itself is named the Serenity. I know that, but it's a Firefly class ship, and it's very, how do I say, it's like Millennium Falcon-ish in the fact that I think it would work very well for Lego. And so I think that if this does take off, that might be something we have to look forward to in, I don't know, 2030. So who knows? But really an exciting bit of news for Firefly fans, in that they seemingly have everything except a place to actually air it. So we'll see what happens. but there was a lot of hype going on this week for it. General Tron's all about it as well. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll see if that happens, and we'll get to building mocks in a second. But I want to know about Indy. So let us hear your Larry Moto story, VMAC.
Okay, so Saturday after show close, um, there's kind of like a little, let's say, party or get together there at the hall. So everybody kind of sticks around, and it's kind of like the non-public hours at Chicago when you're on the show floor and you can talk to people, get behind the stanchions, kind of our normal Lego hangout stuff. So I was showing one of my friends the in betweens of the legs of me mech, and I dropped my phone on the leg, and it started to fall over. I reached up to catch it and knocked the arm off, and it was pretty. I don't say about devastating, but it was fixable, but it was it didn't go back quite as good as it was originally, and I didn't want to risk digging deeper, and it was standing. And come back in the morning, it's still up. I get my camera and stuff and go walk around to get some more pictures and stuff. And come back, and it's a half hour till show opens, and it's on its back. So
No.
yeah. So I did emergency surgery, got it back up with 10 minutes to spare. It did not look quite as good as it did on Saturday, but I didn't have much choice. I did consider leaving it down and then rearranging my figures so it looked like he got beat, but that was the final contingency. So
Wow.
there's my two in 1 week weekend.
Yeah, that's always one of those things where it's how much of it would even be noticed by the public. An entire mock falling over is probably noticeable. An entire mech falling over, but like missing part of an arm or some armor, or making it look battle damaged, if something happens to it, most people won't even notice. They'll just see big mech and walk past it and not even necessarily have any feelings about how it ended up. So yeah, I mean that's not atypical to have some sort of disaster with a mech. I had my heavy pants mech, which of course gave us the name the Tainted, fell over at the show a couple of times, but it never broke because it was not nearly as large as VMAX mech. So I guess I was able to stave off the worst of it, but something that big, I think, as they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
True.
Yeah. It actually survived the fall pretty well, but the parts that didn't, I had to like take it apart to put those back on.
Yeah.
And those were structure parts. I couldn't have left those off. So. Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is the taint of my mech, and that's me trying to show this off at the show is what ultimately led to the demise. So
No.
Yeah.
but no, I mean it finished the show no problem. The whole show all day Sunday. So I don't know, just the gust of wind or something. It was
sure it
very
still
windy
looked
here.
amazing. But I'm sure it still looked amazing.
No. Yeah, no. I had tons of comments on it. Definitely, I don't know if I didn't expect it, but little boys, like that was my. It wasn't my necessary target audience, but that's what became my largest demographic by far.
Oh, well, you never know who's going to gravitate towards the mocks at shows.
Yeah. Kids love mechs. And why shouldn't they?
True.
Especially with how gigantic VMAX was in particular. I think the other question I would have about that particular build is, did you end up making it have a little more Shakira-ness and a little more action in the hips?
Yeah. So I'm on my wife's laptop in this Verbo. So I don't have as much access to my uh, photos and stuff on my phone, but I do have a picture of it up. Oh, I have that picture I sent you in the chat too. But I can email it myself real quick. This is gonna take forever. Do.
Man, I'm having
Give me. It
USB
shouldn't take
issues
too
today.
long. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having USB issues today. So this computer that I have, and we've talked about this computer, it's a server. It's not in a server case, but it's a gigantic computer. It has lots of space for hard drives. It's where it runs our Plex library, but it has a number of USB ports on the top and the front, and they're not reliable for some reason. But shoddy building, I don't know. But whatever the case is, whatever I plug into them are 50-50 on working every week. And my dad, who is a big fan of, well, I shouldn't say a big fan. He does streaming for his church. He's like the technology guru over there. He sent me a couple of webcams that he wanted me to try. So I have one of them plugged in, but in order to plug it in, it came with a remote and all this other fancy stuff. I had to rearrange what was plugged in where, and that is apparently causing an enormous malfunction across the rest of my stuff because my normal microphone's not working and everything else. So we better hope that this little microphone or this little camera is worth it. I did test it out a little, and it does focus really, really well and really, really easily. So, all right, let's bring that up, VMAC.
Wow.
So
that's
I don't know if I don't have any pictures of it after it fell and back together, but the right or its left arm with the Canon was a lot droopier on Sunday than it was on Saturday.
Yeah. And you see you got the little mechs there, and you have a few hexagons pushed together.
Yeah, I have 2 16s, and those are the pond and the. Can you see my cursor or
no? No.
Okay. The pond and the stone one are 16, and then I have 2 8s. They're tucked in, one on each side of the pond, and then I think I have 9. What do we call them? Flexes, the triangles, flexagons.
Yep.
So I'd like to get a couple out on the sides. From head on, it was a good angle, but it just kind of looked long and flat from the sides with the point as far as the base goes.
Yeah. You need a few of them to sort of make a shape in order to kind of really, really sell it as whole modular system. But I do like the depth you got in the pond. I like that you did some verticality with the rocks. So you were certainly expanding on the original concept there. And I do think that the hips do look a little better here.
Yeah, two bricks wider, and then this kind of side hip armor goes up like 2.5 studs ish.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like the waist isn't now like a kind of strange, extra long, a bit of nothingness. Now it flows much more easily, and it looks very humanoid, quite honestly. Mm-hmm. So I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I was very happy with it. Well, I was a lot more happy with it on Saturday than Sunday, but it did present really well, and I got excellent response from the audience. And
that's good.
A bunch of people making up their own lore. I really didn't have much. I presented it as red versus blue, and red is the protagonist, and people made up their own backstories to an extent for it. So that was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. And I would say here, you got some good reaction in the chat. General Tron says that shot looks fantastic. Andrew says, I saw that at Indy. Roaming Brick says, that's cool, Larry. Andrew apparently had the Old North Church, if you saw that one there. Let's see.
Was it over
Bishop.
by Greg?
I guess you can answer that one. I can't.
I don't know.
Larry, it still looked good, says the Bishops. We also have Alphonse says that he had a tall neck, did not survive being packed. So apparently the saucer head is still intact, but other parts of it are not. So yes, apparently he was wherever you thought he was there, VMAC.
Yes, I did
That's
see
exciting.
it.
All right.
Pretty sure I got some photos and videos of it.
Right. Well, see, we sort of jumped into Mox without officially saying we are going into Mox. But I'm going to try to climb behind this computer and plug in one of these microphones or something into the back, since the front is not reliable. But since we missed VMAX walk-up, we can play that now. I don't know why we went full screen there. Someone must have clicked something. And normally when we play it, we play some accoutrement, but I'm going to play Axolotl Blindness, mostly because it's 3 minutes long, which gives me a little extra time to plug something in, and I love it. So here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for a mystery Vince can't wrap his mind around. Vince sees an axolotl, says that's a salamander, right? Cute little salamander, confident in his 6'7" might. Feathered gills, goofy grin, living fully aquatic. Vince says, same thing, bro, and that's where it gets problematic. He's got axolotl blindness. Oh no, here we go. Can't tell a salamander from a pink little bro. Neon regeneration facts just slide right by. He says, looks the same to me. Bro, nice try. He's got axolotl blindness. Oh no, here we go. Sees an axolotl, says it's a salamander, yo. Show him a salamander crawling out on land. Show him an axolotl in an ocean wonderland. One is dry, one is moist, but you're giving him the choice. Vince knows with blind belief they're clearly the same as far as he can see. We tried diagrams, charts, even zoology links, and he nods like he gets it, but we know what he's thinking.
How much is that axolotl in the window?
I do hope he's for sale.
Is that what's on the skateboard as well? Another axolotl?
No, that's a salamander.
I love that VMAC Attack has like axolotl blindness.
What's the difference between this and that salamander with Olaf?
He's got axolotl blindness. Oh no, here we go. Can't tell a salamander from a pink little bro. Neoteny regeneration facts just slide right by. He says, looks the same to me. Bro, nice try. He's got axolotl blindness. Oh no, here we go. Sees an axolotl, says it's a salamander, yo.
Okay. So after all that, microphone still didn't plug in. So still not working. That's okay. We're still on the headset. But we'll just go from there. Let's see. A couple more comments while that was playing. Let's see here. Odole Dorado says, I'm here. Also says, it's my birthday. Happy birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
Axolotls look like the fetus of a random animal. While I was at the Miami Zoo as part of our spring break trip, they had axolotls. In fact, like a full dozen of them. So I took some pictures and sent them to VMAC just so that he could try to identify them. So it was my last day of having internet before we climbed onto the cruise ship. And so, of course, I had to give him a little tease and throw a few axolotls his way. The problem was the Miami Zoo was having issues sending pictures. So you guys were getting the text messages before the pictures were sent. So it wasn't always clear that I was teasing VMAC, but of course I was. So Odele says, thanks, guys. I'm Irish today. Yeah, it is the Ides of March today. Not quite St. Patrick's Day yet, but it will be in a few days. So if you have any green builds, it's almost time for those. So, all right. Anything else you wanted to mention on this guy here, Vince?
Not really. I mean, I think I would say I was happy with it. I know what needs to be fixed a little bit for Chicago to make it slightly more sturdy. But all in all, I was happy with the way it went. But the rest of the show was just great. Just want to not steal all the glory here. There were some really wonderful builds, and it was nice to meet up with the crew again. You know, I haven't seen them since Fort Wayne, so
yeah,
it was just highlight of the year so far.
That's good. Glad it was a good show. Now that we're down to only a few Brickworld shows, I'm glad that they're doing well. It gives us the opportunity to possibly get the Milwaukee one back, which I'm in favor of largely because for me, it's the next closest. Anytime I have to go around the end of Lake Michigan or through Chicago, it ends up being like a 9 to 12 hour drive. But I can make it. I can make it to Milwaukee. That's about 5.5 hours, similar to Chicago. Friday Night Bricks also wants Milwaukee back, so Reed and I are on the same boat there. Brick Orphanage says, just got back for 3 Australian cruises. Where'd you go? I was in the Bahamas. So first time the kids were out of the country, they got stamps on their passports. We got sun, we got sunburned, we met some dolphins, we went to the zoo, we did lots of stuff. So let's see here. It has been mentioned a few times in our lug meetings. Bring back Milwaukee. Yeah, I think the big problem there is finding an appropriate venue. The fairgrounds are a decent venue. I think part of it, though, is that the parking there is a bit of a pain in the butt, though it does cost something. So it isn't free, and the venue's away from the hotel, so there's a bit of driving. So a few things there to maybe correct if you're going to go back. But that's really a Mark businessing proposition, and not for the rest of us to think of here. I think some of our members have some suggestions. Well, that's good. Feel free to send them, of course, to Mark. And hey, how could you reach him? Contact us at Brickworld would work. Though I'm sure, Reed, you can probably find a more direct route to Mark if you need one. Good time of the year for the Bahamas. Yeah, it was, because I left. It wasn't a blizzard. I came back and it was. So we got that going for us. All right.
Welcome back, Present.
Yeah, so let's take a look at what I've been working on. And of course, it's hexagon based, but it's a little different this week. So I did 2 things when I got back. And we'll take a look at those after we play my walk-up song, which of course is one of the original OG songs that was produced, and it's this one here.
Kicking it with a new mob. Yeah. Will we get a chunky match? Will we get computer tech? And orange spaceship so sleek. Does he hate castle this week? Does the new mech have a wicked team? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built 5 orcs and welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben? Yeah! Don't define me!
All right, here it is. Oh, Brick Dad joining us as well. Hello, Brick Dad.
Hello, hello. How is everyone?
You know, we're just doing a stream. No big deal.
No, nothing. Yeah, nothing major going on, huh?
Yeah. So first thing to take a look at here is I moved this particular build onto a hexagon. I don't know, 2.5, 2.0. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it here. But this is the newer style hexagon. So it probably doesn't look any different to most people than it did before. But there is more room now on both sides. So I was able to move the tree out a little. The path is now standardized. All the paths are in the middle of a side. And actually, it could be the middle of any 10.4 studs in kind of the 3 hexagon width that this would be. So that's all been standardized. It's on the turntable right now. You can see my new camera here. It actually focuses super well.
Ooh,
so
hey, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Ben,
my dad got me.
I have a question. Would you say you built this hexagon to the nines?
This one is a 9 based. And see, look how well this works. Now we can get a good look at parts. Focuses really well.
It's cool.
So this is
Ooh,
one of
nice.
the
Okay.
one of the cameras my dad got me, since he's a tech fan of camera setups. And look at how quickly it fixes back onto the
Very
mock.
nice.
So we'll be able to get a better look without goofing around at different pieces we want to look at with this camera.
Nice. Focuses
So
fast.
that was pretty nice that my dad got me that. But the thing I want to talk about is this one. And we'll zoom down on it. Here we go.
Whoa! Wait a second.
Yeah,
That's not a
so
hexagon. What is that?
it's not a hexagon, right?
Boomerang.
It's actually kind of a squatty heart.
It's like a check.
Yeah,
Uh,
check mark or a stocking.
The sock.
That
I'm calling
path work. Oh my
Chevron.
God.
So I'm calling this I guess a module, but all of the sides are still standard hexagon fitment. So because of that,
Chevron.
even though it's one piece, it is just made up of hexagons and triangles essentially, without any seams. And so now it's a road path, and it can be used, to make a long road, for example, with offshoots on it. And because
Nice.
I've got it all standardized, it can fit that way as a long road, or it can fit like this. To
Nice.
connect, you gotta, or it can be fit like that, so that the road goes side to side. So it gives a lot of possibilities to do builds where I'll be able to move this around and then fit in other hexagons and sort of have a single sort of crossroads design.
How does that fit in the reverse of
Fits
using the
perfectly.
outside V to slide in?
Fits perfectly.
No, the deep V. That section, yeah.
This one I'll have to move those over, but it'll also work.
Okay.
So because I standardized the paths, all that's functional now. So however I want to do this and build crossroads off this, I can. So this might be the path I want, but they'll all work against this just fine.
This would work really good for Animal Crossing.
It would work really good for
Mhm.
everything, I think.
This is a game. Like you have like a riddle or something, and you have to like
How do you fit them together?
and it depending on how you answer the question or whatever. Like this could be a legit. It would be a very expensive board game, high parts count, but like this could be legit, like a really fun, like adventure type game like that.
It would definitely tie in collaborations a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean it's still standard hex everywhere, so all the hexagons will still line up with it. But now I can, more quickly set up a display and be like, okay, this has 4 different crossroad sections, so I can continue the path. Just put this one in, and then, okay, do I want it lengthwise or widthwise, or how do I want it?
Yeah.
Stick this guy in there. So now that I've started this, I now want to build a river module. So that's what I'm starting on next here. And the river module hasn't really gone anywhere yet. I don't know why we just switched that. Who's
I
pushing
bumped
buttons?
I bumped it. That was me by accident. Sorry.
All right. Having- Here's the river module that I just started working on today.
Oh, nice.
So this one's right now, what I'm trying to figure out on this one is getting a straight in here and a straight in down here as part of the design. 'Cause really what I want is for the river to start on a straight end and end on a straight end. So I don't know if this one will be an oxbow or if it'll split and there'll be two sides. Then I'll probably put a road somewhere in here that will match up here because I've got that standardized with a bridge over the stream. So that's what I'm working on now, and it's going to be a wacky shape, just kind of like the other ones, so that it's can sort of formulate quickly the outline of the major features, and they can put in the other flexagons to fill in where you want them to go. So I don't know if we're just going to call them modules or what, but it's kind of just the next evolution of the hexagons to have some sort of different or unusual shape to accommodate stuff like this, where it can either be road or river that's going to have some bend to it, but you don't necessarily want it to just be one way. You can do multiple things with it still.
Well, very nice.
We'll see how it
I look
turns
forward to seeing where this
How
goes.
So
how do you think this compares as far as like parts and investment, like versus making to cover that gap? You're probably what 20 triangles.
yeah, I mean, and that's
So
part of it is you get a lot of gappage, and so when before I hadn't standardized where the roads were going to be. Now they're all in the center, essentially on the sloped ones like this. They're at least one away from the tip of the hexagon, and then it's I think it's 6 cheese slopes, and then they're in the center they're 6 wide in the center of these. Because of that, now whatever path parts I create are going to be able in some sense to connect to the other ones. But I kind of really struggled with being able to have some sort of path going between different modules because I needed 15 different road modules. And I'm like, how many road modules do I really want to build or put in? I want my modules to be trees and wells and huts and gardens and whatever. I don't necessarily want to have to line up the roads the whole time. So this is sort of the major road feature in the structure. I still have some that have road paths on them, and I still will have a few. But now I don't need 6 of them. I only need this big guy and then like 2 other ones or whatever. That'll be kind of the same thing with the rivers. There'll be a river that'll have a shape, but I'll be able to put it anywhere in the mock. And because the roads will be standardized on it, the bridge over the road will, link up to everything else. So hopefully it'll be interesting and cool. But I
It
don't know.
already
I
is.
haven't done
So,
it yet.
it already is. So,
So there you go. There you get a feeling of what the shapes is like. This new one with the river. So I could have the bridge, going over here, and the river, flowing whatever way. So
this is giving me so many ideas. This is next level. Like just to configure layouts like that, and depending on the shape of the room you're in, like all kinds of variables, and you can make it different every time. It's just I think it'll extend the longevity of mocks too for shows for sure.
yeah, that'll
Because
be
you can
kind of the
present it
fun
different.
part. Yeah, I hope is like if you came and you saw this mock, I'd just rearrange it. Maybe different every single day. Just take a section out, move it around. Change the story by taking a module out and putting a different one in. So that's all kind of change the seasons. Those were all kind of the things we were thinking of initially. There were some limitations with having to build, a whole bunch of triangles and hexes. This might shorten it up, but still make it modular enough that you can fit new bits in it. So we'll see. It's kind of the next idea I had, and it was kind of funny when I started working on it. I was like, oh, the crossroads was the immediate first thing I thought of but just the way that, it really changes this being at the end of a long road versus being the center of town,
Crazy.
over something short like that. Let's see here. We can call it a socagon. It's an interesting idea. It's the corner of a massive hexagon, sort of. Yeah, it's kind of heart-shaped. Let's see here. Hey, Brick Dad, thanks for making it on my birthday party. Yeah, now we're just waiting on Mark. Well, he's got to finish packing the truck and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, he's going to be taking some time. I'm not sure if he'll make it in or not. It may be later when we get into the silliness segments, but we'll see.
Let's see. Because of the blizzard, Brick Orphanage says, I was very thankful the snow waited until my plane landed. Didn't have to snow blow just to get my luggage inside. That is good. Moto suggests, and we've already invoked your name, Moto, for a little bit of a mock drop earlier. Settlers of Zetan. So we don't have Catan, we have Z after me, Zetan. Could be a hexa module or a hex module. Let's see. I also have a hex system on the mills to keep the cost down. Yes, we've seen that from Moto. He has sent something to me in Google Drive. I have taken a look at it. It is pretty cool and has pins, and it uses hinges as opposed to this dumb crap that I'm doing. But it also could be something cool for people to look at as well. I've seen Moto has a presentation on it. Looked like it went through a couple iterations as well. It's just like anything. They keep changing, keep getting new ideas as you take a look at it. Someone's a fan of the tree. Got a couple of nice trees in this one. I got the purple one back there. So that's on its own module. And then I got this cherry blossom one over here. And I'm
lots of good color.
Remote. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know how fancy that is. Thanks, Dad.
That is, yeah, it's fancy.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. And then little green tree back there as well as a couple pine trees. So
awesome.
Yeah, I do like this purple tree. But I got to work on a couple more trees. Trees are probably the most fun aspect of the modular system, is being able to add kind of the framing around your mock. So let's see here. This is another suggestion. Maybe it's a boomerangagon. Boomerangagong. I don't know. Hey, Brick Dad, nice to see you again. Says one of the bishops.
Hello, good to
is
see
a
you.
fan of the trees as well. Yeah, but it's kind of what I've told people when I bring mocks places is take a look at the trees. The more developed the tree is, the newer the mock is. Seems to be all they do now is just refine trees. So I'm like, oh.
Well, you're very good at it as well, so.
I'm like, my style hasn't changed on the castles. They've just been the same for 10 years. Now all I do is trees. So
we could do like a giant Fabuland tree, but like good, but just that shape. But the new techniques, so you have all the layered of like the red branches and.
I'm just waiting until Ben builds this giant tree house that is castle segments in the tree.
Nice.
That would be that'd be a change. That'd be a struggle to make sure everything was stable.
Little orange spaceship here and there.
Falls over.
Yeah, right.
I pull a Larry Moto on it. So yeah, this I don't know. So I spent a lot of time moving this onto the Hexagon 2.5. It probably looks exactly the same to everybody, and that's fine. But that was just, I feel like I have to move them over now, since the system's a little more, I don't know what the word is for it, a little more standardized, and probably, I don't know. The whole thing is 2 weeks from now I could change the standard again and have to change all of them. So,
which is very possible and also very likely.
James likes the shape of the trees. Thanks, James. So Castle Endor tree. Yeah, an Endor, Moon of Endor castle tree. Who knows? I do have that silly space castle, which is the dumbest thing I've ever built.
Oh, have you ever read Hyperion?
No.
Oh, there's a race that has spaceships that are trees.
Oh,
Like they launch and fly around, but they're trees.
why
You should
wouldn't
build
they be?
that.
Yeah. Okay, we already saw VMAX mock, and he didn't drop it today at least. So now that we've seen that, Lene, do you have anything you're working on?
I have not a new mock, but I've been trying to. It's falling apart as I'm talking to you. I've been trying to update this Mario mock. It's a 48 with the top, so it's on pins. 32 by 48, and you can kind of see it's mills plated. Then you have the bricks. Then you have Mario's hat. So like 3 layers here. But I've been working on it because if you look at it, the hat looks like the Keebler elf hat. It is just so wonky. So I've been trying to get him I've been trying to fix the hat part. So, and you see some like pieces missing here. So this one just fell out. I don't know. I thought I could do it like that. Okay. So yeah, this is what I've been working on this week. Just trying to fix it, and I've just about given up. Like this hat is just this hat is just like whatever. So
You can do it. I believe in you.
The face is good. Like I'm okay with this. Like this part.
Watch out, the bottom's almost about to fall out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is
hanging there.
16. Yeah. So yeah, this is my challenge. So any tips, any suggestions? You can see how wonky it is when you just look at it alone. It's very sloped, but this is what I'm trying to fix. But when I show it at shows, I take the top off and I just show the bottom part. This is what you'll see.
No.
Yeah,
You need to put the hat on. I'm going to say that I like the hat, and I don't think it looks as wonky as you think it does. Put it down, step back from it, and take a look at it. Give it a little bit of distance because it looks good to me.
It's bad. Thank you, but it's bad.
I don't think it's the hat. It's the hair under it. Like you just need to take out that layer of hair and move it down.
It's like a shadow under his bill. I think it looks good, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's because 2 different colors are like blending into one. I think is why she thinks it's up high, like the way it's presented.
Yeah, there's trans red right here, and then there's the reddish brown right under it.
Yeah, I think that's the visual area that's the problem, not the hat. Like the hat in isolation is the right shape and size. It's just how it's presenting on his head.
So remove the hair and then just bring the brim down. Yes,
bring
the brim
that all
too.
down. Yeah, just bring that down.
Make the hair the brim.
Yeah, because that's what it makes it look like the hat's taller than it actually is, but it's not because of the hat. It's because of that band.
Okay, but the shaping is what's getting me. You see how that hat is just?
It's the right shape. That's the right shape for Mario's hat.
They got little creases in him. Yeah, and his hat's kind of puffy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Odele says that's an epic Mario, Lene.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
He also says
I love
ninjas.
like the bottom. I'm in love with. Like
all right.
The shadowing came out perfectly, but when I tried to shadow up here, I think the shadowing is messing me up too. Like between the reddish brown and the trans reds, it's just not.
No, the hat looks great.
Oh,
the hat part is great. It's just like I say. I think what you're seeing is because it's presenting so high. I think if that was dropped down, you could probably even pop that off and just hold it in front of him down lower and see what you think.
Okay. But then I don't want so much, like I'm self-conscious about so much space up here.
He's standing in front of a pipe. He does that in the universe.
Okay.
Or you could make it.
He's not a tall plumber.
With puffy clouds, do whatever.
Clouds. Okay. I'll put the clouds up here. Sounds good. So this is last week's project.
Oh, it looks great. I think you're being too critical of yourself. It's just a little bit of spacing, I think, is.
Yeah, stop being Lene so much.
I'm dabbling. Yeah, I've been dabbling with it. I'm missing parts. Just trying to fix it, but I'll try to remove the hair and fix the hat and bring it down and see how that works. So you said bring the
Roaming-
hat down
Roaming
as well.
Brick says Mario
I
is
think
stunning.
so.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
And then
they
put
But I
like-
think you
cloud.
could just. Can you detach the hat part right now, like that plate section? Yeah, just hold it in front, but above his eyes, and see what you think.
Okay, hold on.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see the difference. Yep. Okay. Cool. Oh my gosh, he looks like Mario now.
Told you.
Cool. All right. Back to the drawing board.
I love you, Lene.
I love you too. So
Simple
I'm gonna.
fixes.
Wow, that's about okay. That's about six studs. Okay, cool.
All right.
So next week,
Odele
let's see if I fix it.
says ninjas never quit. That's what Ninjago taught me. So that's
Okay.
exciting. Brickhead Brad says it bothers you, but not us.
And this is an example. This is an example of why we talk mocks on this show, because we learn through expression of what we build and sharing with others, so that we can get constructive criticism from each other on what we built.
Facts. And that was a great, like, I never saw that. Like, VMAX saw what I didn't see. Like, that's about 6 studs, and I can do that. It's just a brick separator. Pop.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
almost all that trans
Separated.
red. It's the weird trans red. It's the dark red, trans red, and reddish browns. that
Send
are
your brick
just-
separator if you need one.
You know what? Hold on. I have a
You got your bag too somewhere? Yeah.
fish bowl.
Yeah,
I
like
even
a
have
fish
the big
bowl.
ones. You got the big boys in there too.
I do have a couple, but they're not in here, I don't think. I think I have an old school gray one somewhere too.
Wow,
So
the fancy one.
I
They're
don't know
more
if it was
ergonomic,
fancy.
those gray ones.
Yeah, I can't go back to gray. I just have turquoise. You remember when the turquoise ones first came, when everybody was like pressed to get one? Now they're so common.
Yeah. Here I do have one of the big boys. The anti-mosaic ones.
Junkifier.
The Chonkifier. It doesn't have the push pin for the Technic axles. And I probably also have like 9 or 10 Lumi Brick ones too. So
I
Brick
have one-
Jedi, good evening.
I have a Brickcraft one.
all right. Yeah, ahoy ahoy from Brick Jedi. Well, unlike last week, we actually have some news. I figured if Mark came, we would talk a little more about what was built in Indy. Maybe he'd have a mock of the week. But maybe we'll save that for next week when he can give us more of a download. But we do have Lego news, and we are at the second hour, which is normally when we get to news. I would say certainly more news than we've had the last couple weeks. So let's get into that. But before we do, even though Mark's not here, we usually like to take a quick break to get everything reset and so that Mark can go to the bathroom. So this is in honor of Mark, even though he's not here.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, he's gotta go. Nature calls 2, sometimes 3 times a show. Hold the stream, he'll shout and dash. The show is live, but he's off like a flash. Instead of telling him you hold the screen, Ben provides cover, the perfect team.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of the news. Do you need the bathroom break before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bathroom break now, and then 40 minutes later, I have to take another bathroom break. Like,
First,
just
like-
like, hey, I made it 2 hours. Now it's like, well, now you're making up for lost time. So I'm gonna go. Nope, here's the right one, and I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Of course
So-
you are.
You're gonna go.
Why don't
through-
you start with those? Because unfortunately, I have to use the bathroom again already.
Cool. Go do it.
What's it called? What's BPH?
BPH.
It plays a tune 2 minutes long while the tainted sing along. Keeps the show rolling smooth, no rush. Mark mutes his mic so you can't hear the flush.
Mark is muted. So let me unmute him.
the reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me pee.
Yeah, I
It's been
managed
60 minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough. Yeah,
But you'll be listening to me.
Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go. No interrupting the strange flow. He'll be quick, won't take too long. He'll be done by the end of this song. Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go. Mark's gotta go. Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go.
Okay. So Mark had to go. That's why he's not here yet. At least that's what we believe. But thank you, Spirit Mark. Thanks, everyone. Missing Mark. Everybody does miss Mark when he's not here. But we've got a bunch of LEGO news this week. And we're going to start with this one, the Tintin Moon Rocket. Coming April 1st, 2026. $160, 1,283 parts. Looks like it has 5 minifigures plus a dog.
New mold.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah.
My understanding is this shaping is pretty accurate. I guess I'm not a Tintin guy. Anyone here a Tintin fan?
Not here.
No.
I had to Google it.
Because
I knew you all were gonna talk about it.
recognized it, but if you would have said Tintin and said, "What's this rocket?" I would say I recognize it, but don't know what from.
Yeah. Reminds me of Dr. Evil's Big Boy ship. I mean, it does look very much like a classic rocket ship. This is what you would draw. If someone said to you, draw a rocket ship that goes to outer space, this is what you'd draw, you know?
Yeah.
I had to Google it.
And here we have the various figures. The spacesuits look pretty good. We've seen the bubble helmets before, but they look well done here.
They look
Interesting backpack, air tank things. Apparently there's a little tiny bit inside. This must be the cockpit here. Nice, interesting hair mold there with like the alfalfa dew, except it's not in the back, it's in the front. Let's see here. It looks like a Purina red rocket. It does kind of look like the Purina cat food, like red and white checker shape. General Tron says, I have read many of Tintin's adventures. It's a nice throwback. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that Tintin's more popular in Europe, perhaps.
That is true, yes.
I don't really know.
It's a Calvin and Hobbes style type comic that is a very European nature.
Okay. All right. We've got balls in the back here, red ball and a moon.
Well, it's a space set. You know, you gotta have space orbs.
They do tend to favor orbs in the space sets, that's for sure. We've got a number of bowls on the table. And Lene, question. Are the chairs matching?
No, they're not.
No, of course they're not. No,
Well,
they're not.
I don't. That's a trick question. It looks like they're the same type of chair, just different colors.
Well, the two of them.
Oh,
may
I'm
sort
sorry.
of
I
be,
see the black
but this one
Never
clearly isn't, and the
Never
one he's sitting on, we can't really tell.
Never mind. They're
But
not
yeah,
matching.
of course, they're mismatched chairs. Let's see what else.
The chair, the table matches the table
Hey, no, okay, all right.
because there's only one of them.
So there we have it. I don't see any particularly interesting parts in here. I'm sure there are some. At least not for me. Maybe there's
Are those
some special
engine
shape rocket
cowls
ship. I don't know.
on the wing things itself, or is that
Yeah, I
two
mean,
pieces?
They got this nice curvature to them, and they looked, when I was looking at them, like they were brick built with lots of stacks. So we'll have to get a better look at that. Let's see here. I love the Tintin pet dog Snoopy. I really feel the twins from the Tintin are incomplete without their boulder hats. Apparently, that's what makes them have their look, according to Chris McBricker, 1765. It's not like they keep their helmets on the whole time. Well, who knows? Maybe they will do a different version of this. They all seem to have different hair molds, at least, and definitely an interesting mold for the dog. But why doesn't the dog need a helmet?
It's just cool like that.
Yeah, maybe we'll never know. And they're just showing different people inside the ship. Looks like it's fairly tall. So that's interesting. Looks like it's also laundry day. I don't know. And we've got some binoculars.
That sunlight is going to be yellow on one side.
Yeah,
The other, it's a bad idea.
good point. This is only red and white for a little while. It's going to be red and yellow by next year. This was an idea set. I do appreciate that it kind of has a, looks like it kind of gets thicker towards the top and then thinner again. So it does kind of have not a straight up and down type shape. I think it's well designed in that regard. I'm not sure that it's for me with the colors, and I don't really have a connection to the characters. There might be some interesting techniques in building the fins, though. But not sure this is a day one for me. What do the rest of you guys think?
I mean, it looks like a fine model. I just not for me.
Yeah, it's just not your nostalgia, I guess. Lene, what do you think?
If I catch it on clearance, like later down the road, I would grab it just because of the color. But to me, it's Bob's. You remember Bob's Big Boy? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Bob's Big Boy?
Well, I guess there's a bunch of franchises.
Yeah,
they're
it's like,
holding the rocket or whatever, like on Route 66.
but I did Google it because I knew you guys were going to talk about it, and I thought everybody knew about this Tintin, and I didn't. But I'm
Yeah.
happy Tintin is like not well known. But I
Lene's
think
not
it's
seen
cool.
it.
Yeah, it's a cool
Yeah.
concept. It's very, very simple. Like I said, I don't know the inner building techniques other than that, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they had one
pretty
picture of
simple.
that back here, actually. So there's a couple. There's one. I mean, looks like a mess inside there. So they're using a lot of technique. Yeah, it looks like a lot of
So
technique.
it's
in
not
order
like
to
the
build it.
rocket dog, and I don't know what it's called, the rocket dog where they sit inside of it.
Yeah, it's not like that.
The Star Wars thing that just goes do do do.
The AT-AT,
ATST?
AT-AT,
the four-legged.
the four-legged guy.
Oh, the rocket dog.
Well, I mean, it's yeah.
I've
the-
never heard it called that.
the spacewalker, but
Yeah.
but you know how it's like shallow inside. So I see here,
And this is where we post up the banner that says, has Lene seen it?
Yeah, we would, but we already know the answer is no.
I googled
Yeah.
it. This one I googled, and it's from a movie. They said it's from a movie from 2011. It's from the intro in the movie Tintin.
Jeez,
I haven't seen it, but I tried to do my research, and I'm still not prepared. So.
yeah, looks like it's.
We love you,
got
Lene. Thank you
some-
for trying.
Looks like it's got
Thank
some
you.
complicated interior stuff with some clips and other things to sort of hold it apart to help make the shape. So it's probably an interesting build, even though it looks bland on the outside. It looks like on the inside there's a lot of technique that went into getting the shaping right.
I wonder
So
if it's the scale or I don't recall seeing any of these other rockets that have the same structure as the Saturn V, which is weird because that worked really well.
Yeah. I mean, this one's not as cylinder-esque, and that one did, go in as it went up, but it had sections where it had kind of, flutes or flanges to sort of bring the shape in. This one's sort of more organic, I guess, in that just sort of grows
Or the
thicker
Coke
towards the
bottle
top and then
type.
ends. Yeah, I think it's a cool design, just probably not anything we're particularly into.
Oh, did it?
I would love to get the minifigures, says Roaming Bricks. So we've got that. I've heard people call Star Wars vehicles some weird things, but Rocket Dog for an AT-AT is crazy work. Yeah, Rocket Dog. Chicken Walker, of course, is popular for AT-STs.
Well, yeah, more of a camel than a dog. Would you say that, Lene?
What the
Possibly,
camel?
yeah.
Yeah,
Rocket
okay.
dog
I can
TM.
see like the legs being a camel. Okay, yeah, the taller legs. Okay, I'll take a camel. We'll take that.
Maybe an anteater. Anyone got anteater?
Anteaters are low. Now they're to the ground with the snout, but I'll take a camel.
Super Cabra's here. Hello, Super.
Rocket camel.
Hello, Supa.
Hey, Zupa.
So that's our blast off. Here's our baller fruit. This is the gum gum fruit. Also from One Piece, which just started its second season. I still haven't watched it, though I probably should at some point. I believe this is the new color, the bluish purple color. So there are probably some people who will be after this. Looks like there's some interesting parts in here as well to talk about. It's $70 though for only 482 pieces. Does have the long arm Luffy figure though, which I believe some people are interested in. Let's take a look at this guy. It does open, so you can lift off the top, and there's a little scene inside. There you can kind of see all these various different interesting panels and shapes to try to make this work. Apparently, the gum gum fruit you eat, and that's what gives you your powers. This person's got a shirt that says Anchor. This must be a gum gum fruit as well.
Kind of like a modern Popeye story.
It's like his spinach is the gum gum fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Linnea, you were saying?
I like the fig.
All right. Yeah. Figure's cute. Got a little scar. Got some cool hair. Like the hair. There's the fruit missing. Why are they showing us this? Like, oh, you
That's
can take
the
the fruit
base.
out. Like, who cares?
That's the base.
Yeah.
That's it. Who cares?
Like, what's the point of this? Okay.
When you've eaten the fruit, this is what you get left.
Piece count. That's the point. Piece count. They had to put something there
I don't
to
know.
justify the price.
And there's the Luffy with the long arms.
Yep. He's like, why?
Before, I think people were complaining that this version of Luffy you could only get in the R-Long Park set, which was like $80. They're like, hey, now it's cheaper. Well, not by much, because now you have to spend $70 just for the gum gum fruit.
Yeah.
I think Mark will be like, I want this color though. So you never know. Let's see what other people are saying here. I would love to get the minifigures. I think that was for Tintin. It was. Good Evening Tainted. We saw that as well. A camel. She caved quick. You should agree. It looks like an octopus, says Hoarder. I don't think anyone thinks that, Hoarder. Come on.
I was at the Lego store and I was looking for Will. Normally we run into each other, so just want to put
How
that.
about the Millennium Stand dollar?
Yeah, I don't know. If it's not Billy D, I don't know anything about Star
He
Wars.
pilots it. It's his ship.
That's true. He
Originally.
does pilot it originally. You
Oh,
could do
Billy
a Violet
D?
Beauregard with that color. Yeah, he's the original pilot of the Millennium Falcon.
Get out of here. See, learn something new every day.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Donald Glover?
Does nothing for me.
He does a fantastic interpretation though of Billy D's character.
A young version.
A young version of him.
Fantastic.
In the movie Solo. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't really get into Solo. I didn't think the main character had the Solo vibe, but Donald
didn't have the
Glover
swagger.
as Lando. Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
He did
Yes.
a great job.
I
I
agree
didn't have
with
the
you then.
swagger, and I didn't need to see every single one-liner's backstory in one film.
Now we've devolved into complaining about Solo, but really the point there was Donald. Donald was amazing in that one, and I felt like he could have his. They were like, "Oh, Han, he's so popular, he could use his own movie." After seeing that, I'm like, I would watch a Lando movie because Donald did such a good job. He was definitely the scene stealer there. No lifestyle shots for the gum gum fruit. Getting back to this.
Oh, shocker.
So apparently, you can pre-order it, and it'll ship August 1st.
Sammy.
Me.
Sammy's at the window.
All right, let's get into this next one here. Complaining about Star Wars. What is this? Friday Night Fix? Yeah, Kevin's not on the show, so we can't do
Episode 9, what?
I thought everyone came here for Linnea's film reviews.
Facts.
Yeah.
I have
Has
many.
she seen it? No. Has she seen it? No. All right,
I'm
here
gonna
we
see the
go.
Michael Jackson movie. Oh, that's
Mario Kart, Luigi, and the Mach 8. $180, April 1st, so coming pretty soon. Good price to part ratio at 2,234 pieces. It should pair nicely if you got the standard cart Mario. I don't know, but let's take a look at it here. All right, so we've got these big wheels with these, looks like a printed radar dish for the hubcaps. Looks like it's blue and probably standard yellow, but I can't tell for sure. I'm not sure if that's regular blue though. I have to get some more looks at it. Dark blue body on Luigi. He's got the steering wheel in hand there.
I don't think it's regular blue. It's too light.
Have we gotten candlesticks in yellow yet before?
I can't say I know or recall.
We did get the candlesticks in yellow, and the reason we got the candlesticks in yellow was in the 3-in-1 telephone with notepad. The pencil had those in yellow.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. When you move the wheels, apparently the flame spins. We've got some molding on the back of Luigi's head there. General Tron says, not gonna lie, this car is a heater. This cart is a heater. Can you swap the head with the cat head? Probably.
Probably, yeah. You could probably even swap it with Minnie Mouse because her head's already disconnected.
Yeah, her head already popped off. Smokey Smokes is here. He says, when I hear Sammy meow, all I hear is him saying, hello.
Oh my God. He says it all day and night. 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Okay, we got some lifestyle shots. Looks like a nice little stand back there. We can move Luigi's head. We've got a nice stand for the car so you can position it in a couple different positions. I think the shaping of the cockpit looks nice, or the windscreen. I like that he has to have his knees up. It's kind of fun because he is in a tiny cart. Here we are. What are we looking at? Why do we have two different sized large wooden dice?
It's giant in that shot.
Everything's upscaled.
Yeah, apparently. And what are these, bowling shoes? Why are we keeping these here?
For bowling, duh.
Yeah.
All right. If you love Mario Kart, you also love bowling. I think
Obviously,
that's what
you're not a golfer.
There's a ball and a couple old hard drives. Hey, why not? I got a couple old hard drives here too. Now I can start my own lifestyle shot.
There you go.
Look at that. I got an old hard drive. This one's 2 terabytes. Don't know what's on it, but
I've got a question about this set. With this being a second version, not a second version, but a second set to go with the original Mario Kart version, should we expect to possibly see other cars at this scale in the future as well?
yeah, if they keep selling. Bowser, we already have a Bowser, but they also have that goofy like Caterpillar car. They also have motorcycles.
Yeah.
Lego loves motorcycles.
They do.
A couple other things I want to point out here. First, there's an old motherboard down here too. So we're not just having hard drives.
Okay.
We also have the appearance of a ball. So yay ball and a random cable in whatever the hell this contraption is up here. It looks like a broken milk crate.
Are those little balls in the far back on the left?
No, those are dice. Those are the
dice? Okay. It's a little hard to see. I'm on my cell phone right now, so.
Dishwashing tray. That's what that is.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So our cables are all in our dishwashing tray. Then we've got like a bunch of rolled up sets of paper down here. And then what's this back here? A katana? Like, has this guy got a sword? Like, what am I looking at? Maybe it was like
saber with
I don't know, but
leather handle.
yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, so we got the dishwashing tray with the cables in it. Looks like Luigi's giving us a thumbs up since he's cruising here. Dude Link's motorcycle. Did you mean dudes like motorcycles? Because that's what I said. Let's see here. General Tron says, sadly, I cannot bowl anymore. Not with my back. Aw.
Oh.
Swapping heads. Has anyone ever done a mock of the Mars attack scene? They always have some silliness in that one. That movie was so bad. They got so many guest stars to appear in it.
Yeah.
And I know it was supposed to be campy, but it was pretty terrible.
In the best way.
Justin Morrison says 7960. Hi, everyone again. Hello, Justin. Yes, in the best way, says VMAC. And there we have Mario and Luigi, as well as a gigantic pile of cables and a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
You know what I find funny is there's no references to the fact that they're plumbers in any of this.
That's true.
Good point.
Here's an old board. I guess these guys are video game players, but they're not playing on any Nintendo equipment. They have old computer parts lying around. So I don't know. They're like, hey, this is definitely what a nerd realm looks like. Dishwasher trays full of cables. A couple empty boxes, probably. We don't know. But yeah, this is just crazy. I'm not sure you'd be like, hey, I want to display my Mario and Luigi. Looking all nice next to a giant pile of cables like this.
Next to my clutter, yeah.
Got a couple ferns, or fig trees, as it were.
Nothing dead.
Yeah, they're not dead, though. Okay, and I did want to mention this, because we're talking Mario. We are apparently getting Lego Super Mario minifigures in 2027. People whined and complained and cried enough that Lego finally decided they're going to do this. So on Mario Day, they've announced it. They're eventually going to do this. So, I don't know. Here they are. Are you guys pumped for Mario minifigures, or do you not care like me?
I got the bootleg ones years ago, so.
All right. They've got minifig Link. So, hey, why not minifig Mario? I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me, but people have been clamoring for this forever.
My concern is the head molds and how proportional they will be to the minifig bodies. Are we going to have another Animal Crossing type issue with oversized head, bad prints, red eyes on puppies? You know, I'm concerned of how bad these could be, or how basic they will be. So,
yeah,
I'd like a CMF line. That would be cool.
Well, the issue with any of that, anytime they're doing CMF, and they have done DC, they've done Batman, they've done Marvel,
Simpsons.
They've done Simpsons, yeah, but
Harry
it's one of those
Potter.
things where if they're going to produce a lot of sets and make the set exclusive, or the minifigure exclusive to the set, I think they make more money that way than selling CMFs. But who knows? Maybe they'll never think they're going to produce all of them. So
I wish they would have played with the minifigures. My worry is this is like the Thomas the Tank syndrome. So like your kid has this system and a lot of stuff for that system, and then the new stuff is a new track. So if parents have already invested in the Play Mario system, and then they make these a bunch of sets, then it's one of those scenarios.
Well, there's an option, and that's if they somehow make the new figures smart type figures that can interact with tiles and modify the Mario Play system.
can you believe that Brick Dead went straight for Smart Play?
Well, I mean,
No,
it
of course
makes
not.
sense in this scenario.
Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah. So that is a good point. A Smart Mario, they already made a Smart Mario. How are they
Or
going to
code
do
it
Smart
for when
Mario
you get a
the mini?
mushroom, you use the big Mario. Like play with that one as a smart pig, and when you get a mushroom, you switch to the original, the big one.
Yeah. Apparently, Justin was waiting on a Jabba sail barge that arrived. Had to walk home with it. I think it says 17 pounds for 30 minutes. So it was a long walk, and the barge weighed 17 pounds.
Wow.
That much?
You know what? Speaking of heavy, I went to the Lego store today, and that new set, the new Pokemon set, the big one, is really heavy.
You picked up the box for some reason, Lene? Were you thinking of buying it for $650?
No, I was curious if it was heavy.
Okay. And it is, you say.
The box is heavy.
Uphill too, probably both ways, right, Justin? No, that's just to get to school. All right, so that was the Mario side. That wasn't everything we've got though. What do you guys think of this? Regular, in air quotes, Crocs, Lego Crocs, not the crazy clog. Now we're getting regular, still on the pricier side, but we're getting several versions. They have this one with the black flowers on it, the Midnight Garden Creativity Clog. We've got pure white clogs. You can still opt for the $150 Destroyer Terrible Clogs. You can get the Master Brand Creativity Clog. These must be what do they call them? Gibbets or something silly like that.
Yep.
And then just the kind of standard black one. I believe they have both adults and kids sizes. The kids size, I believe, has a pink one that are not available in the adult sizes for some reason.
There
But these
was some
are-
speculation and conversation this weekend about these possibly being in conjunction with Animal Crossing, because in Animal Crossing you can wear shoes similar to this in gameplay, and with the addition of the Lego aspect to Animal Crossing, there's speculation this may be associated with it. There are some Gibbet packs that you can also get through Lego, which
Yep.
I'm sure Ben will cover here shortly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so they had a few of these Gibbet packs, and they just kind of show up like looking like a bunch of random stuff. So here's the gaming 10 pack, and then they have the Sunshine Garden 10 pack, and they have the Master Brand 10 pack. Is that it? They had a number of them. Those might be the only ones.
Are those like system, like the ones that have studs, like you could build off
Yes.
of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah,
appear to be-
it's in system gibbets, so you can actually mock off of your shoes
Or you could use those in a mount.
or dabble.
Devil.
Yeah. So here's the video game pack. Looks like they've got like a super big controller. Maybe this is a lava lamp. I don't know. Control panel, cool lightning. I guess this is supposed to be a headset, I imagine. I don't know why there's an eye, but whatever. Then they have the
$39.
Sunshine Garden, Lene. This one's up your alley.
So cute. But
We got a sunflower and a
$39.99.
bee. Yeah, $40
Yeah.
for a 10 pack of
Almost
gibbets. And then the Master 10 pack, also $40.
Classic Space, Pirate, and Castle.
And beautiful yellow castle.
Yellow
Yep.
castle.
Yeah.
They
Let's
fall
see here.
off for $40. Gibbets can fall off. I would cry.
Alphonse, thank you very much for joining us and all of the help this weekend. Have a good evening.
Yeah, calling it a night for Alphonse. Quarter Brick J gives everybody a yo. Hello, Quarter Brick.
Yo.
These Crocs are the Crocs they just did here. I expected originally when they gave us walking bricks.
Now
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit the white versions of them, I kind of like them. I think they're cute, and if you've gone to shows and conventions and stuff like that, if you're staying in the hotel, you could definitely see how these would be nice to have after you spend the entire day on the floor in the show. Slip these on up in the hotel room and still being able to walk around the hotel a little bit and just hang out and stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah.
planning on. I'm probably going to pick up a set of these.
Well,
You like
$80, 90 for the ones that already are pre-gibbet I guess, or have the crazy little flowers on them. They're definitely still expensive for Crocs, but if you have been to a convention, yeah, you wear out a pair of shoes, or you just make them smell like death if
Yeah.
you wear them all week. So this might be a decent option, but yeah, they're not cheap. They're not as ridiculous as the clog,
Very true.
but
These actually look semi-comfortable, like normal Crocs. So
they do.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
But they also
And-
look like normal Crocs. So
Well, here's the thing, though: is if you're working in a children's hospital and you're a nurse or a medical professional or something like that, guaranteed these are going to sell for that purpose alone.
Yeah. Quarterbrick says, y'all look comfy and relaxed. Well, a couple of us are not in our normal studios.
Very true.
Because of Brickworld Indie. You can hear, looks like where Brick Dad is. It's the hub of some activity there, but VMAC, yeah, looks like he's lounging on the couch with the wife's laptop probably up in his
I'm gonna out some people.
his room.
If you can look off in the distance.
Oh, I
So-
see Mark.
Mark.
There he is. He's waving.
So for those of you that don't know, he's been doing closeout businessing from the show this weekend. So he's been doing some final things that we need to follow up on and just some last minute note type stuff of things that we need to look at. So that's why he hasn't joined us yet. He's been off over there trying to do his businessing thing. So
Yeah, Mark is businessing.
very true. Yes.
And speaking of businessing, we can do some businessing. You guys can, of course, like and subscribe. If you like the Lego nonsense, if you like talking news, and if you like what we're going to get to in a little bit here, which is, of course, some March release madness. But first, we got to finish up the news here and finish off these clogs. Lene, I haven't heard you say anything. You going to rock a pair of these?
I like the black ones. I'm a clogs fan. I'm a Crocs fan, but I just, I like to be unique, and I feel like when I go to conventions or around, everybody's gonna be wearing them, and it's like, oh gosh, overkill. I don't know, but the black ones are catching my attention. I would probably take the gibbets out of these because I just see dust. But if I got anything, it would be a black pair.
Yeah.
And that's
Now the solid black or the black with multicolor, because there's two different versions of the black.
She's
the
talking the
solid
black on
right
black
here.
one here.
I would
Yeah.
take
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, I don't like the base with the, I just don't like the base with the studs. It's
Yeah.
not my fave, but because I'm a Lego head, I'm an 8-ball, I might end up with a pair. I don't know. Peer pressure, FOMO, all of that kicks in when I'm at the store. But right here with you guys now, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
hit and miss at the moment. Got it.
I'm a Chucks type girl,
Yeah, but they're definitely a change from that original pain that we
Brick.
all felt when we saw that clog.
Fact, yeah.
Let's see here. Friday Night Brick says, if they had lighting, perhaps. Well, who
Light
knows?
them up.
They should have just
Roaming
made
Bricks
that
would also
clog,
take the white Crocs.
like this just goes in it, and you can just slip the clog part on as a joke and still get the shoe. That would have been a better idea.
All right, there you go. Let's see here. The Crocs look like they'll hurt if you step on them. So very on brand with Lego. Yeah, don't step on the top of someone else's Crocs with their barefoot.
There you go.
You'll be paying for that for sure. Okay, well, this wasn't the only news, and in fact, some of it we got. There were the helmets. We looked at those last week. So now those have been officially announced. I suspect we'll get more VMAC. Do you think so as well for the F1 helmets?
Yeah. The 9, I think I heard.
Okay.
Red.
10 teams, so 10 helmets. Who knows?
Well, they're doing retro ones. They're not. I don't
Okay.
think they're going to do all the. Well, because it wouldn't be 10 teams. It's 22 drivers because the helmets are to the driver.
All right.
Ben,
Let's see here.
last question I have here is, with these Crocs being a March 19th purchase date, are these going to get factored into the March Madness as a late seed, or are we holding them off?
I mean, they're not sets, right?
True.
It's kind of they're in that gray area.
Okay.
Certainly talk about it, but we also had some other news.
Wait, what's this?
First of all, we have the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. So here's a good look at it. I never even realized until I saw this model that they do have this crazy antenna thing on all the Jeep Wrangler models in the show. They had a trailer release video to have this thing. There you can see the movie shot, and yeah, it does have this antenna thing that goes all the way around the side, just like it does here. They also showed a picture of a Triceratops skull skeleton that we also got revealed, so we'll take a look at that in a minute as well. But here it is. I know one of us here on the panel actually owns a Jeep Wrangler, so let's start with Brick Dad. Brick Dad, what do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. It's an iconic movie vehicle. We have an upscaled Ghostbuster Ecto 1, which I would love to see on the shelf with this also in that movie perspective. Um, I think it's great. I think it's going to be good. Do we have a price on it yet and part count?
It's 1,924 pieces. I
Okay,
don't
just
know
under
that I
2 grand.
saw a price count.
I would say what around 190 or possibly 220, 230.
It's probably either going to
229.
be, yeah, it's probably going to be 200 or 230 would be the guess.
Okay. I don't think that's a terrible price for this with that volume of pieces and stuff and being the upscale. There's a lot of detail here. I like the detail on this so much better than the Technic Jeeps that have been out recently. So this would be a positive buy for me for sure.
All right. I wouldn't say this is the most famous of the Jurassic Park vehicles. I'd say the Outback, Subaru Outback looking guys.
Explorers.
That
Ford Explorers.
gets the Ford Explorers, the repainted
Yeah.
Explorers that get stepped on by the T-Rex, more iconic. But this probably a better model. I would probably buy this over that because I like the color combination in here
Yeah.
as well. Lene, have you seen Jurassic Park?
Too scary.
Exactly. I scary and ooky. No.
Scary and ooky. So
But I saw the promo for the car. I saw the guy building it in the car. I did see
Samuel
that.
L. Jackson's in it.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
yeah. So
Dotson?
the answer to has Lene seen it is no.
Yeah, it's ooky and scary. VMAC
'cause
was
it's
right.
Ooky and scary. She gives it an extra bar.
Of course, yes. Extra bar.
Because
Saw the
she's
theater and I was like, why?
so you don't really. I mean, I don't know. Are you? If you watched the reveal, were you kind of aware of that scene at least from the movie?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so in that scene, Nedry is stealing the dinosaur embryos, and he runs his Jeep Wrangler off the road, and he gets out to pick up the embryos and is attacked and killed by a dinosaur.
He's killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
thinks
gets
he's gonna-
poison sprayed.
He gets poison sprayed in the face. He thinks he's going to escape. He gets back in the car, and after he gets his face cleaned off and he's feeling good about himself, he looks
It's
over
in
and
the car
dinosaur's
next to
in the
him.
car with him.
See, that's ooky. It turns into a horror movie. That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Why would I
It's
watch
actually
it?
kind of a justified situation because of the type of character that
He's
he
a bad
is
guy.
without spoiling a lot. So
It's
Yeah,
ooky.
He's a bad guy.
But I mean, but just movie aside, just Lego. I mean, the car is pretty cool.
Mhm.
It's not my cup of tea, but it's pretty realistic. It looks good.
I'm looking forward to the canvas top that comes with it as well for that authentic aspect of that. So doors open and close. I'm pretty sure it's going to have actual steering as well. So the details are pretty good on this. So
Yeah, we don't have a perfect look. You probably get better looks if you watch the video itself. Yeah, looks like it's pretty well detailed for what it is. It's got those tank tread steering things, and red is the hubcaps. Got a nice red wheel in there for anyone who's going to build a classic space vehicle out of this. And it is, pretty good representation, I think, of the object in the movie.
Now, for those that don't know, with this picture right here, I'm just going to point out the headlights on this version of Jeep are supposed to be square. For those that are wondering what's going on with that, this model of Jeep did have square headlights, so it is specifically supposed to be that way.
Yeah, it's pretty good looking model overall. There's the canvas top, as you mentioned, and we're inside the car here with the car. Maybe they'll do steering via the. Maybe they'll do it by the steering wheel. Maybe they'll do it by the spare in the back. Who knows? But a very cool looking model overall, I'd say. All right, and then appearing in this picture right here, store 2-5 miles away, I assume, there was a new skull for a Triceratops. We knew this was coming. I think we even talked about it before, but now we've actually got a picture of it.
Oh, nice.
So here it is, the old Triceratops. There it is in the desert, apparently. It looks like the extra figure is like the doctor guy that was trying to help with the Triceratops that was passed out in the movie, or not quite passed out, but needed to be sedated because he was injured. It looks like it's not nearly as big as the T-Rex. Maybe it's in scale. I don't know. Anyone have any idea on that?
I would think it would be in scale. They've also done just the heads of both of these two skeletons too, the T-Rex and the Triceratops already, just for the head, and those were in scale with each other. So it would make sense to me that this would be in scale with
Okay.
the full T-Rex body also.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
But they're supposed to be minifig scale, aren't they?
It's not. Look
Maybe
at the
they are
minifig.
because they have a minifig here.
The other
We
one
don't-
did too, didn't it?
But it's huge.
It had a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
All T-Rexes were huge. I don't know. I don't know what to
That's
tell
what I'm
you.
saying. If it should be, like Brickhead was saying, it should be proportional if they're both in minifig scale.
Yeah. I mean, they say here that it's a 1,154 pieces. They expect it'll be $100, but we don't actually have a price or release date yet. That's all speculation. They say they've scaled it down, well, in terms of price, count, and size, but that might be actually the scale of the Triceratops as well. So if you have the T-Rex, this is almost a must-buy. If you don't have the T-Rex, hey, maybe this is your entry point. Looks like it's got a cute little base with the berries that the Triceratops was eating. I don't see a giant mound of poop though.
That's because they already got through the poop, and that's why they have the berries. They were in the poop.
True story. So that's what we have there. Here's a teaser here. Teaser image. They're digging up the Triceratops fossil. A couple of nice close-ups. There's some detail on the tail. Here's the tail. So there we have that. Then here's the minifig, the doctor guy.
Oh, looks like Sergeant Slaughter.
Kind of does, yeah. Anybody with a sweet mustache though kind of looks like Sergeant Slaughter. Except for maybe Brickdad because his curls. You just need the policeman version. The one that's, yep, like that. Yep. All right. So there we have it. The news this week. Anything in the news exciting to anybody outside of potentially these clogs?
I was in the news this weekend.
That's exciting.
You were on the news this weekend, indeed. I'm interested in this Triceratops skeleton. We had last year March Release Madness. The winner was the T-Rex, but man, that thing is just so big. I just don't know what I would do with it, honestly.
That's the thing. I love the T-Rex and I love this, but I didn't get the T-Rex because I'm seriously out of shelf space, and
Yeah.
even as much as I love it, I don't like. At some point, you got to draw the line. So
Yeah. Let's see here. I love how accurate that is, says General Tron. Sam Neill's character is Dr. Alan Grant. It is, but that's not Sam Neill. I think that's someone else. Torso and hat don't look right for him. It's not. I think it's the doctor guy that was with Ellie. It's actually Ellie who went out to investigate, along with Dr. Grant, the sick Triceratops. And she speculated he was sick from eating some sort of berry, but then they were digging through his poop and they didn't find it. So they weren't sure why he was sick. So spoiler alert, that's how that goes. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm interested in that. I don't think I have any interest in the Gum Gum Fruit. I don't have any interest in the Mario Kart. I don't have any interest in the Tintin. I might get some Crocs. I don't know. They're still pretty expensive, so let's hope they drop in price, but who knows. But let's look at our show run now that we've talked about blast-offs, brake pads, balling success for all of you who cried about Mario. You're getting the minifigs. Balling success. All right, bracket busters. We're on to the Sweet 16. You guys ran the Sweet 16 last week without me. It was beautiful. There were lots of upsets, which meant maybe the seating was terrible, maybe not. But I think before we get to that, I've got to reset, clear all the stuff off. We're gonna play a song. What's our best song before March Madness? Let's see here. I know what I want to play. We don't play this one very much, and it is one of our longer songs. So I think we are going to play, when I can find it. Well, this one's longer too. We're going to play this one. I still have a different one I'm going to play later. Since we're going to be talking about our seeds and our bracket busting, we'll play this one.
I went looking for sunflowers, a packet of seeds. Wanted to garden even though it's only 30 degrees. Winter don't scare me, I'll plant in the snow. But what showed up, man, I don't even know. Followed the instructions, added every part. Thought it was odd, there was no soil to start. As the pieces clicked together, it finally dawned. Something here is incredibly wrong. These are not seeds, no, not even close. Just tiny plastic bricks in a sunflower pose. I tried to grow a garden, but instead I built a toy. Left a bad review. Hey, what's the point? No dirt, no roots, no petals in the breeze. Just plastic flowers. No, these are not seeds. Hey, hey, not seeds. Not seeds. Hey, hey. I waited a week, yeah, I watered them too. I put them in the sun, fed them flower food, but they refused to grow even after fresh air. My family booked me some in-home care. The search said sunflowers, I said hell yeah, I'll buy. But plastic blooms don't blossom no matter how hard I try. Now my friends keep asking, how's the garden going? And I say it's plastic, it's flimsy, and it's not growing. These are not seeds, no, not even close. Just tiny plastic bricks in a sunflower pose. I tried to grow a garden, but instead I built a toy. Left a bad review. Hey, what's the point? No dirt, no roots, no petals in the breeze. Just plastic flowers. No, no, these are not seeds. Not seeds, not seeds. So if you want sunflowers, take it from me. Read the listing twice, 'cause these are not seeds. These are not seeds. These are not seeds. These are not seeds. No, no dirt, no roots, no petals in the breeze. Just plastic flowers. No, no, these are not seeds. Not seeds. Not seeds. Not seeds. Not seeds. Not seeds. No, no, these are not seeds.
All right. Brick Dad apparently has ducked out for a minute. That's fine. I don't know if he's resetting or if he's, just getting out of that crazy noisy area. But I want to play this right here.
Okay, listen up. Okay, listen
Okay,
up.
listen up, as Mark would say. We know what time it is. We're getting our music on. Last week we did a lot of polls. I'm going to have to log into YouTube to get that set up, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. But let's take a look at where we were. We'll recap before we get into our Sweet 16 about all of this craziness here. Because I'm going to be flipping between the sets and the bracket, we're going to do it this way. But this is how our indie region panned out last week. Number 8 seed took out a number 1 seed. Is that a seeding problem? I don't know. The number 6 seed took out the number 3 seed. 2 upsets there, but the 4 and 2 seeds held strong. So a bit of a shakeup at the top of the bracket here. We had the Model T beat, the 19th version of that terrible London bus, and then the Batman and Robin set pull through as well. So I want to get some reaction from the panel here. VMAC, what surprised you most about this from last week?
I would like to say the biggest surprise was the Batman and Robin taking out Schumacher, but y'all hate F1, so I don't know if I should be surprised. Honestly, I didn't see the. I think the seating was right with the Technic McLaren over the Audi with the transport, but I can see why that one lost. The price point, it's a repeat of a manufacturer, one they've done in the last 4 years. And the Audi is new. So I understand that one. Not necessarily bad seeds, but I understand that one.
Okay. Yeah, but you love that Schumacher car. You've been a big fan of that style and size. I'm curious to know, is that car in, I can't assume, it's not minifig scale, but is it a particular, 1 to 16 scale or something that you're aware of?
I don't know if it's an exact, like a model, like how they scale models. It looks pretty close to 16th. And yeah, they're bigger than minifig scale for sure.
Yeah.
Because like those wheels are like minifig height. So what's that, 6 feet?
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Yeah. Yeah. So minifig's kind of the weird squatty body, if that's even a way to say that. I don't know, but they certainly have a weird shape in and of themselves. So yeah, it's, I guess, not surprising that they would not exactly look correct. But yeah, it's definitely some different scale, but it's proven to be a effective scale, I think.
For all your slopes and stuff and the detail, they're great models. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Aberis says, the worst Batmobile took out the most famous F1 car. I know. This is why we're talking about this. We had some almost shenanigans like stuff happen last week. What about the Batman logo and the Model T? You surprised on those, or they did what you thought they'd do?
Yeah, the Batman model. I don't know how that could lose. I honestly don't know. I'd be surprised if it doesn't run that division, but Model T, I think the Model T was up against maybe like a good Star Wars something, or another Star Trek, like a different ship. Probably the Defiant would be next. They would have lost. It's a good model, but I don't think it has the weight behind it, the fandom behind it to carry much further.
What is happening here? Why are you not working with my live chat? I'm trying to log in here to start the poll. I am logged in under Brickworld, but it is not giving me an option. So while I'm trying to figure that out, let's take a look at the second region. This time I'll get Lene's reaction. Lene, a couple of surprises here. Maybe Eevee beaten by the train.
Yeah.
The rest of it kind of went by seating order. So maybe not a bunch of shocks in some of this other one. You'll see my old notes from many years ago down here on a previous March Madness, so we can ignore that though. Ganon took out Smart Play. Not a good bracket for Smart Play. I think all the Smart Play sets went out. Besides Eevee, anything else here surprise you or disappoint you with what you were hoping would happen?
Nope. Yeah, I think everything, kind of went as it should, even though the Tainted let me down with the train. Yeah. I have no complaints.
All right.
That's all. I'm not a smart brick person. like I said, I was in a Lego store today, and the manager was saying like Smart Brick is picking up. The kids are starting to like it. They're putting on their wish list, birthday type stuff, but the sales are kind of still, flat. So, just not a Smart
Yeah.
Brick person, but yeah. And I was happy the Otter one because I know the Otter's not like, as opposed to the original Ideas one. This one is a little flat, but I like the baby. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, so let's take a look. Yeah, the baby otter and the shell with the rock. Not as exciting. Some people, complained about the flatness of the otter's belly. Grand Rapids region, we did have a one upset here. That's the orange cat taking out Pikachu, which I found a surprise.
I was happy.
And I guess being a VMAC, technically also the 8 seed here is not right because it was replaced by Doug. But as our resident Pokemon expert, what do you think about the orange cat taking out Pikachu?
I was surprised. I know there was a lot of backlash on Pikachu compared to the Mega Bloks one, and price, size, quality, all that, and some people even saying the Mega was a better model. So surprised, not really, but disappointed. I think it's a fine model. I like it. But.
Yeah, I mean, I parts of it kind of reminded me quite a bit of a mock that Zane Houston had done. His was maybe a little opposite because the lightning was coming out of the front, but sort of the shape with the base. All kind of similar to that. I think the model itself is actually really well executed. I understand that people compared it to the Mega Bloks one, but it is, quite a bit different, quite honestly, in terms of the detailing and the size is quite a bit different, but who knows. All right, let's get a look at the last bracket, and then I do have the poll finally working, so we can get to that. This one, all by the book, except the Marisk taking out our Millennium Falcon, the highest Smart Brick set, or Smart Play set, coming in at 3 seed, mostly based on its, I think, Millennium Falcon-ness, if you will. But otherwise, it went down the line. I know there was a lot of debate between that 4 and 5 seed. That actually ended up being a split, and we ended up going to the panel to see who would win that one, and Mark put a final vote for the soccer ball, though some suggested, hey, maybe I would get to make the call this week. Was not to be, though. So the soccer ball won there. Lene, any thoughts on this region?
Pretty cool. I think everything that I wanted made it here, so yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
All right, well, let's take a look at our matchups for this week. Let's see here. I voted, Reed says, I voted 1 versus 8 by bracket picture. Would have reversed my vote per the picture mistake. I don't know what that means. Soccer ball won't make it past the next round anyway, but space versus space would have been close. VMAX says the poll was rigged. Yeah,
and
I don't know.
And I'm sorry, Brick Dad said he left because it got noisy.
Yeah, it was very noisy down there. All right, well, let's start in the Indy region. Our first matchup, the Resolute with car carrier or display car versus that Batman logo. Is the music too loud for you guys, or you think we're rocking it very ESPN-like here?
I think it's a good volume for me.
All right, perfect. All right, so let's take a look. Speeds and Feeds, first one, available as of March 1st. The F1 display truck with Audi F1 race car, $44.99, $45, 508 pieces. It's going up against search results. No, that is not what it's supposed to go up against. It is supposed to be up against the Batman logo. Don't know how that vanished, but here it is. Batman logo, $80 for 678 pieces, though count them, 2 Batman figures, including the very popular gold Batman figure, which apparently you can put inside the Batman logo, so that's pretty fun, I guess. And then standard Batman, just for funs. I don't know. Kind of silly to get him in 2 different colors here, but fine, whatever. Guess I won't complain about getting an extra fig. The F1 is an 8 seed. The Batman is a 4 seed. So Batman should win this one when we start the poll. I'll get that set up. What do you guys think in the panel? Let's start with VMAX since we're in the Indy region.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I bought this in December. So it's a great looking set. The little hatch in the middle, I believe it's meant to be able to be presented with that open and the black Batman in it, and then the black Batman turns into some of the greebling. Is how I visualize how that should be presented. But regardless, it's way better than the city F1 car.
All right.
And I know it's a little off on price per part, but it's the execution on all that. You know, you got to pay to have the good wall hanger. You don't get those for free.
Yeah, they do have that gray stand down there below it. Lene, what are your thoughts here?
I love the greebling. No, that was not my pick last week. I love the greebling. I love the sleekness of the logo. It's really cool. I love the part usage. They really got like the pointy parts right. Really love that. And then the 2 figs. And like VMAX said, the little hatch part is really cool. I think it can be like it can have multi uses, but I love the greebling. It still is greebled, but it looks really sleek and flat, and it's just a great logo. The parts are sharp. The sharpness of the design is what I really like.
Yeah, I mean, I think really what this one, if there's any complaint about this from anyone, we've had 3 logo sets so far. We had the Star Wars one, we had the Marvel one, now this one. I thought the Star Wars one was pretty decent. It didn't have any figures though. It had, the silly little scene in the top of it. This one's probably been the most exciting, I think, for most people. The Marvel one was $100. It did have a couple of figures. I think the problem with this one, if anything, is the price. It feels like it needs to be $10 cheaper to be a real steal. But VMAX still purchased it, pre-order. I ended up buying it too, though I got it using some of my points at a Bricks and Minifigs. So I didn't pay full price. I did get the $10 off of it, which is really what I needed to be willing to do it. Of course, I could have used those points for something else. But yeah, I think most people are a fan of this particular set over the Audi, and I do now have my timer set. Let's take a look at the poll as it stands now to see what everyone's thinking. Right now, it's a pretty much a flogging. The Batman logo is at nearly 90% of the vote. If you are an Audi fan, you better get voting before we end the poll here. I'm getting the sense that the Audi car only has 1 vote. If we did want to talk about the virtues of it here, it is a city F1 set. We haven't gotten a ton of those. We've gotten a few, but the price to part ratio is good on this. It is a new car this year, so it is exciting in that regard. I think the truck looks pretty good. The car is a little basic, but we've also gotten the Speed Champions cars. We've gotten the upscaled, I don't know what to call them exactly, the larger version, like the Schumacher car. So, I guess there are different levels of detail. So I'm not surprised that this one's more basic.
Those city cars. I got them with the F1 garage on clearance. And for a city car, they are really well done.
Okay.
They're just compared to the Speed Champions, obviously not, but like compared to the any other city car, they're right in the same level of build style. So
okay, all right. Well, we're ending the poll there, and the Batman logo pulls it out. I wouldn't even say pulls it out. 90% of the vote went to the Batman logo. So no surprise really. that Batman is making it into the next round. It's our first entry into the Elite Eight. All right, if you thought you liked Batman there, you're gonna get Batman again. Here we go, the Batman and Robin Batmobile. Aberis claims that this is the worst of the new Batman drivable sets that came out. It's definitely, I thought maybe the reason that this one hit the seed versus the other ones is it was kind of the first time we were getting this car as opposed to some other ones. So perhaps it's the only reason that this one really made it. It's going up against the most old school of old school cars. Everyone likes to talk about the fact that there's an illegal build technique in here as well. But the Ford Model T, $130. Lene had some nostalgia for this model that I heard last week. But let's get the speeds and feeds from the two of you here. The Batman set, $30, 272 pieces with one Batman figure. Model T, 1,060 pieces for $130. Neither are wonderful on the price to part ratio. The Batman does have a figgy. Lene, let's start with you. What do you think of this matchup?
We've had a billion Batmobiles. I mean, a billion, and we'll probably get more. The Model T is unique. Like I said, it's nostalgic and it's pretty unique. The closest thing that I remember us getting to it was the GWP like 2 years ago for the Christmas GWP. But like you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the Christmas GWP?
Was that a truck?
No.
The Christmas tree in it?
No, the GWP 2 years ago.
I don't remember a Model T, but I remember a couple of classic
No, it
cars.
wasn't a Model T, but it was like a carriage. It was like...
All right, yes.
So
yeah, they did have a carriage one.
So it gives the carriage vibe, just old school. I kind of like this one as opposed to another, the 99th Batmobile that looks like a robo vacuum. It just weird shaped. This is classic. This is iconic. It's an icon, literally. This fits the name. It's an icon.
All right.
Song of Lene comparing everything to a robot song.
This one was a vacuum. It gives me vacuum vibes, like the ones that you just put on the base and they just kind of do their thing.
Robot?
Yeah.
Odele says, thanks me for wearing his favorite color, but he does indeed. Brickhead Brad includes that is in fact the worst of the Batmobiles. Doesn't help that it was a horrible movie. Tron says the Model T is fire. Nice Icons Model T. A Speed Champions Model T would be cool too. That's an interesting call. Sorry, had to do a little cough there. We did start the poll, so it is running for the Tainted to vote on this one. Looks like another runaway at this point with the Model T being at 82%. If we did want to talk about the Batmobile set here, it's fairly sleek. The Batman figure itself isn't too bad. He's kind of got, even if the movie was terrible, he's kind of got that silvery armor.
But they didn't give us bat nipples, which would be the only reason to
get the bat
give
nipples.
us.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants from Batman and Robin is the nipples. He's got a little too much silver on him, maybe with the bat knee pads and the bat chest and the bat everything. I don't know. You can also get, of course, the in-game gold variant if you want to for the Lego Batman game. Super not exciting, but you can do it. Let's see here. What else do we have? Silver Speedo on him. That's the suggestion from JVB. Maybe he's got a silver Speedo under there. I don't know. Are the legs silver on this guy? Like the groin? Yeah, okay, a little bit. I kind of see it. A silver cod piece. It looks like he's wearing a silver bikini. I don't know. A little bit of bat butt is the suggestion. General Sean says, I love the cheesy humor of that movie, so not everyone thinks it's the worst of the movies. Some people, a big fan of the gold Batman still. Yep, the gold Batman. Yeah, that one already won. Our gold Batmobile in game for Lego Fortnite might drive it over the top. Yeah, I don't think, have they done a Batman / Fortnite collab for Lego? Right now they're in Ninjago.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen one either. But who knows? Got 20 seconds left in the poll. I'm guessing that there's still a beatdown happening, but I have to pull it up to take a look. The Model T is not winning by as much as the last bracket winner, but it's still not particularly close. All right, timer is up, and the winner at 83% is the Ford Model T. So I don't think anyone's like super shocked that happened, but our Model T is moving forward. So here we're setting up our final matchup here, the Model T versus the Batman logo for the Indy region. We'll do that next week. VMAX, surprised by this, or did it come out as you thought?
That's how I figured it'd go.
Okay. Lene?
Same.
Same.
Tainted got it right this time.
The Tainted got it right this time, she says. This time. All right. I'm going to need some water because I'm talking a lot and I just had to cough. So I am going to play a song before we get to our next round, which is the Chicago region. So everyone who's excited for this one, we've got Otters, Zelda, a train, and water lilies up in our next region. But let me go grab some water. So we'll play a song while we're doing that. And this is the one I was going to play earlier, but I couldn't find it. I definitely need to move a few of the songs back up to the top. This one's one of our underplayed, but when we're talking sports, it makes me think of my son. When I think of my son, I think about how Ohio I am. So here we go.
Remember that time Ben brought Miles in? Didn't tell him nothing, it's just about your chagrin.
You know what chagrin means?
I forgot.
Okay, chagrin means like something that embarrasses you. What do I do more than anything else that embarrasses and angers you?
Miles looks suspicious as he should have been. You just can't trust that troll, Daddy Ben. Miles, check out my fit. Daddy Ben grins. Got that Sigma 5, bro. Your daddy's got the wrist. Miles throws an elbow, wants to hide under a rock. Stop, he laughed. Just go build a mock. Let him cook. Daddy Ben went on. Check out the riz of the fit he's got on. Do all these words mean cool? The trolling dad asked. No, Miles answered, this chagrin was a trap. Daddy Ben shrugs. Then what do they mean? Knock it off, Dad. This just isn't your scene.
Miles, you got the fit on today.
Ah.
Are you gonna say skibbity? Are you gonna say
Sigma?
Daddy Ben's to Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda stigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Why would Ben do this? It just isn't nice. Maybe he got some terrible advice. Let this be a lesson. Avoid these Scorpio plotters. Never feed the troll. And you can't trust the otter.
But he thinks that I'm not allowed to know. Like,
Right.
let him cook. He says I can't know what that means. He says cat.
No, I said mom can't.
Oh, mom can't know what that
Mom
means.
doesn't know what that means. I don't know how to explain it.
Right. I can't talk about his fit, his clothes that he's wearing. I can't ship him with anybody. These are things that I can't do. Right.
Daddy Ben is so Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda Sigma. But he's me and a Torken. I just don't need this stigma. Davis, Ohio. Hey, hey, Davis, Ohio. Hey, hey, Davis, Ohio. Hey, hey.
All right. So now that we've moved on to the Chicago region, let's start talking. We got to get our music back up and rolling here. Let's start talking about, I guess, I don't know, some of the other regions had sort of themes. This one didn't. I thought kind of part of it felt a little bit like it was the sets that Mark would be particularly interested in. There's a couple in there, like maybe the X-Wing, which kind of just needed to find a home. But the Mario set, the Zelda set, the adorable Eevee, the Otter, and the Magnolia all felt like sets that Mark would have a lot of strong feelings for. So being that Chicago's Mark's home, the home of Brickworld Chicago and all that, I guess we can sort of think of this as the Mark region, if you will. Our top seed is the Ocarina of Time, the Final Battle. I always type in Ganon when I'm trying to search for this, and it doesn't come up. So apparently Ganon does not appear anywhere in the actual title. But here we have the Pig Boss Ganon version versus Zelda and Link with the Blacktron-esque Triforce logo here. That's going up against the Claude Monet Bridge over a Pond of Water Lilies, which is a much longer title than just what everyone probably normally calls this piece of art, which is just Water Lilies. Water Lilies, $250 for 3,179 pieces. So a really good price to part ratio, though there are a lot of clips and bars in this to create some of the shaping. I will say if you kind of cross your eyes a little or look at this from a distance, it does very much resemble the art print. The closer up you get, though, the less so, though in fairness, that's how a lot of regular art is too. The Zelda set is 1,000 pieces for $130, but you are getting figures. You're getting Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf in this set, so 3 really popular figures. So let's start with VMAC. VMAC, what do you think of this matchup?
Probably one of the best parts packs of all time. And the Monet versus this Final Battle. I know Zelda's a very popular game. I know that the Dooku tree was pretty well received, but I enjoy Zelda the game. I have no desire for any of these Zelda sets, so I would take the parts back, even though that's a good set it's going against. But okay. Personally, I'd rather have the parts back.
All right. So VMAC's going to take the Water Lilies. Let's go to Lene. Lene, what do you think?
I like the Zelda build. The Water Lilies just seems kind of lazy. Like that diorama, that scene, that's something I would display. I think VMAC pointed out like a month or two ago where, the Water Lilies have been done better as mocks. It's just very lazy. It's just a bunch of dots. It's the dots pack. It's just that's all it really is. It's the dots pack, but this is a build. I would prefer this as a parts pack to the other one.
Okay. Yeah, it does have some landscaping bits. It's got the figure, which might be interesting to build. The Ganon figure with all the dark green. Dark green's not a part that Lego uses a lot of. I would say I have like way more sand green and olive green than I do dark green, even though it's been around longer. Don't know if it has like any of the brittle factor of like some of the other darker colors, but
it doesn't.
Another Another factor there. Lene says, no, it doesn't. Dark green's fine.
No, I
let's
bought
see.
3 of the Central Perk sets just to get the dark green.
Okay.
It's like I need it.
All right. Yeah, we've got some votes in already. Zelda is taking a commanding early lead. Though VMAX says ultimate parts pack right here. If you get the water lilies, and here you get an idea. I think they have some close-ups. Here they are of what you've got here. So a bunch of these like easels as or pallets as lily pads. Colors. We've got frogs in different colors. Harp. You've got all kinds of clips and rods. So lots of different stuff in here. A bunch of lime green katanas. So a bunch of interesting part selection in here. If you're interested in getting a lot of bars and poles or interesting bits. But maybe not something you display. Maybe something you do display. I don't know. This is more of a compact desk type display, I guess, to show your fandom if you're a Zelda fan or you want any of these particular colors. Let's see what the chat is saying. Not enough pictures. That's the last thing that anyone said. Don't know what there was not enough pictures of. Did get myself some water so I can talk. It's just what everyone wants. It's more of me talking. But I did get that. All right, poll says it should close, so we're closing it in 3, 2, 1. Zelda takes an seemingly easy win here at 89%.
You got it right.
I don't think that VMAC necessarily disagrees there. I just think he would prefer the water lilies personally.
Correct.
Not shocked though, right?
No. It's
All right.
good. If you're into that, it's great. But I'm just not into it. So.
Yeah.
What parts would you want the most from that parts pack? Like, if you made it a parts pack.
Being all the different colors and shades, and the paint palettes and stuff like that you're not going to get a ton or any from any other sets of that. All the different colored bars. I've been using bars a whole lot more lately than I have in the past, and embedding them inside of stuff to put things on them and stuff. As my skill has gotten more advanced, I've been using parts like that more often. So I could definitely find pretty good usage for all that.
Okay. Perhaps this will be closer, perhaps not. People do love trains, as we've discussed. But here we're going to have our 2 versus 6 matchup. Some people surprised that Eevee's out of the competition. But let's start with the floating sea otter with the baby on him. 1,234 parts for $120, so price to part pretty good. No, we're not going to get such a good amount here on the police train heist, but that's of course because they have some train track, which is always popular. They have some electronics, including the controller. So the police train heist, not the best train set that's even available right now, but it was the one that came out in March. 1,313 pieces for $200. We'll start with VMAC. VMAC, your feelings on train versus sea otter?
It's an okay train. I think if we had not gotten the Arctic train already, a couple months ago, it would probably present better. But it's impossible not to compare the two, and it's just not as good of a train. So I think the otter will probably take it. Although I also like the ideas otter better. The smiling one, the more characterized face or whatever they call that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the train here only has 3 cars, though it is like a complete story. They've got a helicopter that's coming along to steal or take back the hot rod that's apparently being transported on the prison train. I don't know why. And then we have a big old vault as well as like a prison car on all this stuff. So you can go ahead and heist the train if you want to. Sea otter, adorable. He's got the baby otter on his stomach. He also can try to open the clamshell and take a little bite out of it. I know, Lene, you were a big fan of the otter, so what do you think of this matchup?
The otter, all day. I shared why. I asked Mo for this set for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Love it.
Obviously, this one will be Mark's preference as well. However, the train does have some steam here. It's not a steam train, but it does have some steam in the pole. It is putting up more of a fight than some of our other seeds. So let's see what happens here. Friday Night Brick says the otter has some translucent parts. Yep, otters are popular, says Justin Morrison. They are super fun to watch at the zoo too. They're usually the most energetic. I sent you guys some pictures at the Miami Zoo of an otter that laid down on top of a transparent slide that was going through the exhibit. So my kids were going down the slide, and my daughter was at the bottom, my son was right behind her, and an otter came and he laid down right on top of the slide, so they could see his mouth and stuff while he was taking a little nap, taking a little rest break before he went on playing.
That was cool.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Let's see here.
It's not too late to change your vote, Tainted, if you voted wrong. If you voted for the train.
I think it is too late. I think you can only vote once. I don't think you can change it.
If you need to.
That's incorrect information.
Hold on,
the poll was started 2 minutes ago, so we're not quite at our 3-minute mark yet, but we do have a picture forming here for what we think will probably be the winner. Right now it's 70% of the vote. The otter is in the lead. So, Lene, you can breathe. Easy little breath there.
You got it right.
The otter looks like it's not falling out yet. But we don't know. Friday Night Bricks points out, yeah, maybe you need a second voting account. Log into a second account.
No!
High stakes bracket.
Brickhead
Who
Brad
put money
says,
on this?
I need me a Lego train room. Hey, that'd be fun. Need a whole room just for your trains. All right, we're gonna close the poll here.
There's a restaurant in Wisconsin Dells where they bring you food on Lego trains.
Yeah, isn't it like Buffalo Bills or something like that?
Yeah.
Buffalo Bob's, Bob's
like
Choo Choos. I don't know. Anyway, ending the poll, I do think Reed might have voted twice. The winner, though, is the otter at 64%. The train, though, 36%. Did get a little late surge. Was almost able to upset the otter. But moving on, the otter. So we have the 1 and 2 seeds in Chicago region, so that probably not a surprise. VMAC, anything shocking here? Is this about what you expected?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I don't think that's anything that's an upset.
Yeah. Would you have felt differently if Eevee was facing the otter here?
I would have. I'm really shocked Eevee lost, and I would have Eevee carrying that matchup there against the otter.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Lene, any surprises here? Is the Tainted doing the right thing today, as you've been saying?
I'm surprised the train, it shouldn't have won, but I'm surprised you guys didn't push that train forward. The otter is the perfect choice, and so is Zelda, but
all right.
I'm just kind of shocked the other two didn't win.
All right. Well, here we go. Going to our Grand Rapids region. This was sort of the Figgy region. That was sort of how I pitched this one. The only thing that wasn't really a Figgy was that wretched Ninjago set. That's now been replaced with Doug, but he lost anyway to the Super Poke Battle, the Super Pokemon. It's going to take me a second to pull these up in the search results here, but it shouldn't take too long because they are easy to identify. This is Orange Cat. Shocked a little bit that Orange Cat won, but we'll get to that here in a second. We've also got the Super Pokies, the Super Starter Pokemon, the Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoid. In this region, we also have Pooh and then the Titan Mech. So we'll do Pooh here. I know several of you on the panel were voting for Piglet last week, but
Piglet.
Pooh ended up taking it as more iconic.
They got a lot wrong last week, Ben. You're lucky you missed it.
VMAC is right.
Got a lot wrong last week. Here we have the old Titan Mech as a retired product. Here's the new one. All right, let's start at the top of the house here. Charizard, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoid, $649.99. However, it does have 6,838 pieces. Three most well-known starter Pokemon. Very recognizable. It's already in back-ordered status. Crazy expensive. You can take that up against the Orange Cat here. Great price to part ratio at 1,755 pieces for $100. I do always point out the Orange Cat's actually nougat, but that might be the right color for the cat. I guess I'd prefer dark orange because that's more of my color palette. But that's our matchup. Let's start with Linnea this time. Linnea, I know you're not a big Poke person. What do you think of Pokemon versus Orange Cat?
I feel like kind of Kevin and Doug. This is apples and oranges. But anything cat, yeah, I'm gonna go with the cat here. But that's an amazing set. I don't feel this is a fair matchup for me.
All right, so basically what you're saying is I love cats, but I think it's gonna lose.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. So
I mean, that Pokemon set is massive and it's amazing. It's not fair. Like the cat versus Winnie the Pooh would have made more sense. That Pokemon is just amazing. So.
I mean, that's how the seeds, kind of fell out. But I will point out that outside of the fact that the cat won, I was kind of expecting, obviously seeding wise, for Pikachu to take this and maybe it'd be a Poke matchup here. Kind of went by seeding. So Pooh and the Titan Mech are the 2 and 3 seeds in here. I will tell you right now, hot start. The Orange Cat's actually in the lead. So that's kind of a surprise. VMAC, give me your thoughts here.
This is the Pokemon set. I mean, those are the final evolutions of the 3 starters, first starters, and it is masterfully done. I mean, just imagine if we would have got like a Star Wars presentation like this instead of a Death Waffle, and at a lower price, because this is what a Lego model should be. This looks like something you'd see at a Brickworld show. The price is fine for what it is. It's not too expensive. It ticks every box it needs to tick to be at that price point.
Okay. So
Orange
yeah,
Cat's the recolor of a cat that we have.
That set is massive. It's not practical. That set is massive.
A Lego cat's not practical. I don't know if Lego's practical. It's just fun.
The Lego cat is very practical, and it has a friend. If you have the tuxedo, you have a set. The Pokemon is massive.
It is a big set.
Where are you going to store? Like, I wouldn't even know where to display that other than on my living room table.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got in the chat here?
You could just keep the cat in the box because that's where it wants to go anyway.
Justin says Pokemon is huge. I'll sorely miss the money from not collecting it. Buffalo Phil's and Wisconsin Dells. Yes, that's the one we were thinking of. Paul Hetherington has a display there, and Brick Orphanage says little tiny bit of help from me. The train center is over $100. Wow. The training center is over $100. Wow. Oh, that's the that was the gift with purchase for that one. They had the badges in the training center as the GWP. Upset alert right now. We have got a lead for the Orange Cat. Actually, a surprising lead at 67%. Only 40 seconds left on this vote. If anyone wants the Pokemon to survive, you better get out there.
Don't.
People are, I think, rebelling against the Pokemon price more than anything, but I don't know.
But look what you're getting.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think it's a better set.
They don't want it.
But I don't get to vote. And I'll tell you right now, Pokemon's making a little bit of a comeback, but still not enough. We're really cutting it close here. 10 seconds left.
Come on, guys.
Although I know most of you guys can't, you're not watching as live as we are anyway.
Last week's chat back for vengeance.
But there it
We'll get
goes.
it right tonight.
The poll is ended. Orange Cat at 62%. If you guys can believe it.
They're
Rig.
getting it right tonight.
Let's see here. Smoky Smoke says recolor over UCS. So I it's hard to believe, but there it is. We got the Orange Cat. All right. Hey
Dennis,
guys,
good luck.
you picked. You win, I guess. I don't know.
You have chosen poorly.
You have chosen
Dennis,
poorly,
good
says
luck.
VMAC.
No, you haven't. Don't listen to B-Mac.
All
You're on
right,
point.
and next up we've got Pooh and the Titan Mech. The Titan Mech is the 2 seed. Has knees, which we all know is important for mechs. VMAC now knows that because he can mech. And we're facing
Knees are
off
pretty
against
weak.
Winnie. So here we go. Let's start with Winnie the Pooh. $150, 1,400 pieces. Does have a couple of minifigures hidden inside the honey pot. Being Pooh and Eeyore. A lot of people big fans of Eeyore, I learned last week. Will ship by March 26th, partially on back order. And then we have the 15th anniversary Lloyd's Titan Mech. 1,293 pieces for $130, almost right on the 10-cent price to par ratio. We've got a couple of figures on this as well, a very posable mech. VMAC, now that you're a mech guy, what are you thinking here? Do you want Pooh or do you want the Titan Mech?
I mean, I've never been against mechs as somebody else doing them. I love mechs. I just don't like building them
Alright.
or mocking them. But I don't like the Pooh. I wanted Piglet anyway, so let's go mech.
Alright.
VMAC attack.
VMech attack. Going with the mech. Let's see here. Agree with VMAC. Pokemon should have moved on. Tigger should have been included. That would have been exciting. Justin said I went with the Titan Mech. Yeah, that's pretty popular. Lene, I have a feeling you're more of a Pooh person. I heard that used to be your nickname. But what are you thinking here?
Yeah, that Pooh is my nickname, but I'm not feeling this. Pooh is soft and fluffy, not hard and disfigured. I don't like this Pooh. You all should have voted for Piglet last week. This is where you got it wrong. The mech is gorgeous. The sand green is gorgeous. The mech is gorgeous. And worst case scenario, it's a good parts pack. So yeah, you all got it wrong. Pooh should not be up here. It should be Piglet. So
Wow. So still feeling some anger and vengeance, wanting Piglet back.
yeah,
I'll tell you right
you all
now,
got it wrong.
we're up to 14 votes, and there's a overwhelming majority, and it's not the Titan Mech.
wrong
Winnie
with
could
you all?
complete his house bundle.
What is wrong? What do you all like about Pooh?
He's iconic, I guess. The honey pot opening, he is a little creepy, if you ask me. Don't mind the colors though. I don't love the red, but the flamish yellow orange is a color that I find pretty decent. I think a lot of people love that Eeyore figure.
Yeah,
The Winnie the Pooh house. You could have gotten it from there.
Yeah,
but that mech's so much better.
Hey, hey.
His hands look funny. His ears look weird. His feet look funny. What do you all like about this?
I don't know. A lot of people do. I'm more of a green type person, says General Tron. So
Come
let
on,
me.
we need more
Where
people.
do we want? Maybe we're
We
building
take-
the wrong way for these shows if everybody doesn't like the best builds.
Hey, well,
Or maybe that's why
Cracked
they
up
come to the show, because we don't have the best builds.
Correct.
Friday Night Bricks just suggests we like upsets. That's it. That's the only reason. That Pooh does look a little bit crazed. I know.
Well, who's voting for the Pooh?
Well, plenty of people, because Pooh has 62% of the vote. Only 10 seconds left. This is
Come
a
on,
crazy
guys.
bracket on this side.
Guys, don't do this to me.
Don't do this to him, he says. LOL.
If you
Smoky
voted for
Smokes.
Identify yourselves right now.
Yeah,
We
well,
banned for less.
we have
exactly.
banned for
Identify
less.
yourselves if you voted for Pooh.
Well, I'm ending the poll.
You are some
Pooh with 62% of the vote takes it today. I guess not as huge an upset as the cat taking out the Pokies.
Got it wrong again.
But there we have it. So people thinking the Grand Rapids region from the panel, maybe not the way it should have gone. You guys were pretty much in lockstep on the first two regions, but now a little bit of feelings here.
You all got it wrong. I can't believe 2 weeks in a row you all got it wrong.
We're not going to champion out of Grand Rapids, at least. We can cross that one off the list.
Let's see here. Who doesn't like a good poo? Sorry, I had to say it. Mark isn't around. We have the power here, VMAC. Why don't I have the power? Whatever. I hate all of you, says Otolatorado. That's not a good poo. So
Not.
apparently some people turning on poo now that it's over. All right, going to Fort Wayne. I have a feeling I know who should come out of this region, just looking at the sets here, but who knows? I could be surprised.
But not the best sets will not come out.
Yeah, so we are going to take a look at, of course, the upscaled Benny, though some people say his name isn't Benny, apparently.
It's not Benny.
Glenn
Earl
or something? I don't remember. The soccer ball. Nobody was surprised that the stupid trophy didn't make it in here.
No,
we've got the Marisk.
But it's bigger than I thought. That trophy is really large.
Yeah. Well, it's large and it sucks. I don't know. Let's see here. And then the Sauron helmet. And there is I saw a rebrickable of the Sauron helmet to switch it over to the Witch King of Agmar, if you prefer that one instead. Let's start with the 1 versus 4 matchup. So this region here has the upscaled Benny, aka Blue Astronaut Minifig. Yes, I know he doesn't have a crack in his visor. 793 pieces, only $60. Complete steal. If you like Santa, if you like upscale figs, why would you not like this one? Second set is 1,498 pieces, $130. The soccer stadium, it does have a play feature. Inside, you can open and see the stadium, and when it opens, apparently fireworks pop out, as you can see there. But that's what we have. We've got Blue Astronaut versus Soccer Ball. Let's start the poll. I already see a lot of people making comments here. Let's start with Lene. Lene, which one do you like in this region?
This is hard. I think they're both pretty equal. Yeah, I think this is a fair matchup, but the soccer ball has grown on me. I hated it like when we covered it like last month, but now I'm loving it. I love the whole stadium vibe. So soccer ball, but they're both pretty equal. So I think it's preference.
All right. Otolatorado says I built the Benny.
Not Benny.
Justin wants Sauron, but that's not our first matchup. VMAC, let me know. We taking Blue Spaceman or Soccer Ball here?
I don't know how Soccer Ball's in this, but Benny all day.
Benny all day. Justin Morrison also says Benny all day. I will tell you, I went to the store on March 1st. I actually went to a Bricks and Minifigs because I had some credit there. And they did not have the Benny. Made me sad. I had to go to the Lego store later to find him. I got the last one on the shelf. Haven't built it yet. But I am excited to get this one. And of course, it should pair nicely with the Lego Insiders red baby space person.
It's
so
not
that
Benny.
might be a nice little combo punch.
And the pirate.
It's
And
not
the pirate,
Benny.
which I have not yet built either.
You could do a mashup in the Space Pirate.
Space pirate, why not? Let's see here.
It's not Benny.
Brick Orphanage says, been waiting for Benny to come out since that dumb race car driver. The dumb race car driver wasn't actually the first one, but he did have the right shape. They had the the minifig with the baseball hat, and that one opened up.
The
And
classic one.
when his head opened up, he had like a guy in there controlling him. This one's kind of got a similar vibe. You can pull the helmet off and put the robot inside to control him. General Tron goes Benny as well. Otoledorado says, taking the soccer ball and booting it into the boomer neighbor's yard and it will never be recovered. So we're taking like a sand lot approach here. Would be better if it was a giant ice bear instead of what, a giant spaceman?
I'd like to
Reed's
see
just trying to
the
rile us
people
up.
mock these into the different like versions and outfits of Benny. So like the one with the robot
Yeah.
arm and the one with the like Elton John glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I
had
just broke
the
him trying to show him. So
the Elton John glasses and the feather boa. Is that the baby spaceman there? Yeah.
no, I was trying to show the upscale one, the original one, but I broke
Oh.
it. Trying to show it. Here's the baby.
Yeah, I saw the baby there. There it is. How cute he is.
And yeah, I pulled it by his head. I shouldn't have. I was gonna pull it by his head, but here's where it opens, like Ben was talking about.
Yeah.
So I need to rebuild this.
Definitely have a strong preference in the vote for one of these. You understood the assignment, Tron, says Otoledorado, because Benny, the spaceman, is putting an absolute butt kicking upon soccer ball. He is kicking the ball all over the stadium, right into the goal. He's doing a celebration. He's doing that whole slide on the ground and pull your air tanks off celebration. He's got his finger up in the air. He's super excited because Upscale Spaceman wins with 80% of the vote.
But you all are calling it
Good
Benny.
job, chat. Good job.
No, if it was Benny, it would be called Benny. But you all are doing this thinking it's like Benny, and it's just a blue spaceman. It's not Benny.
I didn't know people couldn't use their imaginations, Lene.
You can't. We're not when you're voting. You can't.
No? All right, here we go. We're gonna move over to our 2 versus 6 matchup. We've got first the Maersk dual fuel container vessel, 1,500 pieces, $150. Going up against Sauron's helmet, $70, 538 pieces. Not great price apart, but you do get yourself a sweet Sauron minifigure. So let's get our poll up and running on this. Let's see. I'll flip a coin to see who we're starting with. It's Lene. Lene, go ahead.
This is great for like the colors and just the Sauron's mask. I saw VMAC build it, and it was really cool. The mask.
All right. So let's go here. We got
But both are
Maersk
nice.
versus Sauron. LOTR. Start that poll. Let's see here. Whatever Benny's winning, General Tron doesn't even care.
It's not Benny.
Oh snap! I don't know what we said to that. Maybe it was this. Thanks for coming to your senses. I do not hate you all. Well, that's important. Benny wins by doing nothing.
It's not Benny.
Fair enough. All right, VMAC. I know you have the Lord of the Rings helmet. You already built it. You mentioned last week you think maybe the Maersk vessel would be like a fun something your son would be into. So now that they're facing off, what do you think?
I think they're both great. That was a fun build, the mask. Nothing really for 18 plus on the box though. I was kind of disappointed in the lack of. I thought I was going to learn some technique stuff because I've never built these helmets and I really didn't. And some of the instructions were very simple for 18 plus, so I guess that's disappointing. But it was a great model, and I think the ship's a great model. I would be happy with either one.
Yeah, and of course the Sauron available before. I believe this is the exact same Sauron that was in the Barad-dûr tower. So that was a $200 and some odd set, or $500 or some crazy amount. I don't even remember anymore. Now you can get it in a $70 set. So let's look it up. Now that the soccer ball's dead, $460.
Oh.
460.
I was thinking of that horn thing that was New in box, but old.
Yeah, that was like $1,000 new in box, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's all the figures in the Orthanc Tower there. There's Sauron there. I'm circling him there. This one is getting close. We do have a slight lead for Sauron, but is only slight. So anybody who wants to get in there and have your voice heard, this is a close one. Slight edge right now to Sauron. But I think a lot of people are saying, hey, what does it matter? Benny's going to take him anyway. I think my question is, could you take upscale Benny and put the Sauron mask on him? That might be fun.
It does come off, kind of.
Okay.
Too. So
Marisk is a beautiful set.
you might not be able to put that on as a helmet, but you probably swap the head part for that pretty easy.
All right. Okay. Well, we've got the votes in. I'm ending the poll in 30 seconds. Maybe slightly less. I'll tell you, I've never really been a big ship fan for modern ships. Of course, I love pirate ships. But this one's not really a pirate ship.
Not yet. You could make them.
Could be. Yeah, it could get taken over by, Smalley pirates or whatever. That's always one of my favorite stories. When I was first dating my wife, I don't remember how it came up, but she was surprised to learn that pirates were real. I said, they maybe didn't have pirates, but no, they were a real thing. They existed. They did all the pillaging and all that stuff. I said, but you got to keep in mind, there are pirates still today.
I was going to say, there's still pirates. If you go on a ship, they warn you about that. A cruise ship.
They did not warn us about it because we were probably not in pirates areas. Did you really need to share that? She asks. Sea spouse. I think you were probably thinking more of the fantastical pirates, though, of course, as they're presented. So yes, I didn't need to share it, Z spouse, but I certainly did. Love you, babe.
It was topical.
Right. It was topical. Thank you, VMAC. At a completion of the vote, Sauron squeaks past with 53% of the vote. So there we have the end there. Sauron and Benny, I guess not surprising there. They're the 2 and 1 seed, so that makes sense. Moving up a region, we've got the 3 and 5 seed in Grand Rapids. Pair of upsets happening today. Maybe a little less so Pooh over the Titan, but certainly the Cat over the Pokemon, a little crazy. Chicago, we have the 1 and 2 seeds again, with Zelda versus the Otter. And then last but not least, in our indie region, we've got Batman Logo and Model T. Batman Logo was a 4 seed. Model T was a 2 seed. So a little upset at the top of the bracket. But this was what VMAC expected to happen as our biggest F1 and car fan. So I guess, maybe not a giant surprise. But that's what we have for our Elite 8. I did, however, believe that there was a lot of hemming and hawing about some of the sets that were knocked out early. And so we are going to do something here called Boneyard. And what's the Boneyard? Well, we're going to go pick the bones of the dead sets and have a little bit of a rerun here to see how these sets would do, these first eliminated sets, if they had new opponents. Ooh. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let Vince and Lene debate one set to re-enter the bracket, and then we'll do a poll on the other 3 to have a potential re-entry into the tournament. So let's start with our indie region. The 4 that were knocked out early: the Schumacher car, the bus, the Speed Champions, Audi, and the Super Technic car. Vince, which one do you want to put back in?
The F2004.
Of course, you want the Schumacher car. Lene, what about you?
Give me options again. I was rebuilding my little guy.
Here they are. They are the. I I gotta add it to the stage. They're the F1 Super Technicar, the Speed Champions F1, the Schumacher F1, or the London Bus.
None.
None.
The changer got it right. None.
All right,
No,
easy
they did
peasy
not.
then. So we're putting the Schumacher one back in, and then we're gonna see what the Tainted want for our second possible rematch. A lot of people might be with Lene and say, we don't care. These are all dead for a reason.
So
But
these
there's
are
a
going to
chance.
go against each other from other regions.
We'll see, VMAC. We'll see.
I mean, the McLaren was good. If I had to vote for anything, it would be the McLaren just because of the color. But I'm pretty much okay with like the first round.
And we'll just see these. We'll also let some of our other knocked out ones in here too. But this will all be a process. So let's see if anyone even cares about this here. Pro tip: crews going past Somalia are really cheap. That might be true. Friday Night Bricks points out that it was possibly the closest match tonight between the Soran and the Maersk. It's absolutely true that they were super close. And I did set up the future Boneyard for the sets that were knocked out today. After we get a few more sets, we'll get those back in there too. But VMAC wanted to get in the Schumacher. Lene didn't care. What did the Tainted think? Let's see if anyone's voting
I thought
here.
they got it right. I care, but I thought they got it right.
Yeah.
Like, I would go for the McLaren if I had to pick any.
Kind of surprising. The one that's getting the least votes as the McLaren. The Speed Champs is in the lead here at 62%. A couple people have voted for the London Bus. But we're not getting a ton of feeling on that F1 Technic supercar. Maybe it's just too expensive. Maybe it's because they already did one. I don't know. But the London Bus still picking up steam somehow. I don't know. To me, I don't know why people are a fan. I also spelled bus with 2 S's, so forgive me. That's okay.
I mean, I suppose they're iconic, and if you don't have one,
yeah, but it's like a weird scale.
Yeah, it's an approachable scale. I mean, because who wants a bigger than that London Bus on their shelf? So.
That's true. That's true. So maybe it is the perfect scale. I don't know. All right. We're gonna close the poll pretty quick here because this is the Boneyard. These guys already lost, but we want to give them a second chance at future glory. Maybe you just hit the wrong matchup. I don't know what to say. Completely possible there. But ending the poll now, the Speed Champions is the voice of the Tainted. They want this guy potentially back in there. Maybe all of them would have voted for the Schumacher car, and this is just their consolation prize. But those will face off for potential future entry. Let's move over to the Chicago region. Here are 4 eliminated sets: the Cantina, the X-Wing, the Eevee, and the Magnolias.
I don't think there's any debate going on here, right? It's Eevee.
So let's see here. VMAC wants Eevee. What about you, Lene?
Eevee.
Eevee. That's the quick and easy choice from the Tainted. They believe, or from the panel, they believe that Eevee got robbed. But let's see here. We'll give our second set here to the Magnolia, the X-Wing, and the Cantina.
I would pick the Magnolia second. What would you pick?
Yeah. I don't know if this even needs to go to polls, right?
I mean, if Brick Dad was here, he'd be advocating for a smart play set.
No.
You don't
think so? Here, so we can do like we did with the Doug. The Doug's
he's not here.
Instead.
And you do see the Doug is back. This next region might be the spicy one where we're talking Doug, Piglet, Monsters Inc., and Pikachu, but we'll see. We're not there yet. But we'll see what people want. It's actually a close vote at the jump. And in fact, Magnolia is not in first. So we'll see if there's a shift here. Magnolia came out strong early, but it is now behind.
Oh, I bet they want Eevee to win, so they're giving it a
They're trying to give it the cake matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, half the people have voted for Cantina. There's a split between the Magnolia and the X-Wing. So we need a couple other people to get their votes in here.
That's a smart move, Tainted. Get that Cantina in there.
Yeah. Evie says JVB. That's all she cares about. Evie. General Chan says, anyway, dinner time here. Catch the rest of the show on replay. Justin Morrison wants the X-Wing. He wants some smart brick action.
No.
It is an all-in-one as opposed to the Cantina, which you would
Yes.
need to buy another Smart Play set in order to use the Smart Play features.
You can
So
switch the Magnolias.
who knows?
Switch.
Cantina still in the lead. Not getting any more votes. Maybe people just really don't care about anything other than Eevee. Hard to say. And we'll close the poll in 30 seconds. As we are now entering our third hour here. I suppose we're entering our 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, entering our fourth hour technically. Whew, a little bit of a battle going on. The numbers are changing. We've got a couple votes for X-Wing. We've got some votes for Magnolia. We've got some votes for Cantina. I will say right now the Cantina is in the lead.
There you go.
15 seconds to go. Get your last second votes in, everybody. All right. Here it goes, ending poll. And the winner from the Boneyard, from the Tainted. They want the Cantina back in there.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. A little surprise.
Smart. I like it.
All right. Now I think maybe the toughest choices here. Boneyard choices. Doug, Pikachu, Piglet, Monsters Inc. Brickheads. Let's get the battle going here. VMAC, which one do you want?
I could probably tell you right now it's main 1A between Piglet and Doug, and she'll probably want Doug, and I want Piglet.
I see.
Although she likes Monsters Inc.
He's right, but no, as far as this, he's right, because I think we both want Piglet, so I'm just going to go with Doug next. My second choice.
Okay.
I'll take Piglet. If you want Piglet one, I'll take Piglet.
No, Kevin and Doug is perfect. No, I think our matchup is perfect.
All right, then I get to break the tie here, and we are going to put Piglet in the bracket for a repeat, at least partly because my original bracket Doug didn't even make it in there. But let's see here. We're going to do for our second matchup here. We got Dougie, and we got Pokey.
Doug, everybody, Kevin and Doug. Yeah,
Monstery.
Sammy said Kevin and Doug. Thank you, Sammy.
We're starting the poll. You have to have a good set to take down Eevee. Well, I guess we'll see. Justin wants the Brickheads, so he's not giving up on Monsters Inc. We'll see if Doug can pull it out. Doug didn't even make the poll. Now he could be on his way to a comeback.
Revenge tour.
But we'll see. And I'll have to set up the rest of the breakdown on this here soon. Today's matchups, I don't know, man. They already got a chance for glory, but I think they're going to also have to enter the Boneyard poll for a second chance at glory too. But I have to pull those down, which I'll do in a little bit here.
This bracket's already shaping up better than Grand Rapids.
Someone's got a feeling. Right now, the force seems to be with Doug. He seems to be
You're getting it right, chat.
An option here.
Tainted.
Wasn't Doug part of the bracket photo mishap? No, he didn't make it. Mostly because what ended up happening, as always, there's always a few sets that don't show up under new release properly because they go on pre-sale, like the Batman ones. So I
Oh.
went to the store on March 1st to see what had just come out and like the new releases. And the Batman ones weren't listed on the Lego site as new because they had been on pre-sale. There were a couple other ones like that too, like Lloyd's Titan Mech had been announced and out for quite a while. So I had to reshuffle the bracket. So something's eventually going to fall out. It happened to be Doug and the Bird. They were, a marginal seed to begin with, and it was easier to remove that one than, shuffle a bunch of stuff around. So probably a victim of circumstance, more so than a, bad seed. But it lost to the Pokemon in the first round. Now it potentially can make a little comeback here. We'll see. Maybe the Boneyard is where everything truly belongs. We're going to end the vote soon. It looks like we have a strong contingent of people voting on Doug. I'm surprised nobody went with the Pokemon. In fact, the Pokemon has the lowest of the votes. The Monster Inc. is second. So apparently people not feeling the Pikachu.
Yeah, I don't
It's
get that one. I
rehashed.
like it.
But it's Mega Bloks rehashed. It's nothing new. They didn't do anything
it's
new.
not. I mean, it's Megabox rehashed in the same form that it's got to look like that because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Lego
It's
didn't-
just
You could have still done something newish with it.
they did. They have it coming out of the Pokeball.
Agree to disagree, I guess. I don't know. All
not
right.
that
Well, you
exciting.
guys aren't going to have to worry about it because the poll has ended, and it's old Dougie didn't make the poll,
Teach me how that does.
but now beat out Monsters and Pokemon for the potential re-entry. Then the last Boneyard choice. I don't know that this will be particularly challenging either, but you never know. We've got Throne Room, we've got Project Hail Mary, we've got Millennium Falcon, and then we've got Sally's Flower Pot. So let's start. Lene, which one of these four do you think deserves another shot?
They all deserve to stay in the Boneyard, but the Flower Pot if I have to choose one.
All right. VMAC?
Hail Mary. The reason I
Hail
don't have
Mary.
it yet is because it's on back order.
Okay. Hail Mary hasn't really been a. It's kind of weird because I don't know that it's got the. It was a surprise that they were producing it before the movie. Doesn't feel like it's had the proper launch, but it does have a great figure in it. The Sally's Flower Pot has a lot of cool little flowers, as it were. So I guess I have to break the tie here. In this particular instance, last time I went with VMAC, this time I'll go with Lene. We'll go with the Flower Pot as our choice, and we'll see if Hail Mary can get in with the tainted vote. All right, so let's start our poll.
Yeah, the book's fairly popular.
Okay.
It's
People
over
read?
2 million copies in 2005 or 2025. I mean,
And it's from the same person who did The Martian?
yes,
All right.
Andy Weir.
All right. All right, so we've got Throne Room, Hail Mary, or Falcon. We're starting our poll. Could be surprised here. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. People, had a lot of backlash against the various Smart Brick and Smart Play sets. They were too juniorized, everything else. For me, I was always like, as a Lego person, I'm still not entirely sure what all the Smart Bricks can do or how they function. Obviously, Brick Dad's been, more than excited about them. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I think the Smart Play figures will be collectible at some point because I don't really think this will last forever. But outside of that, I'm not sure.
I mean, Brick Dad's definitely like just from this weekend, you could tell how because he runs the Brick Derby, the Diamond Derby thing.
Yep.
And how he likes to engage with the kids. So he could definitely, he's in for this being the kids, a STEM play tool. And then also he does a lot of tech in his mocks. So it is right up his alley, but
Okay.
we'll see. I mean, I'm not against them. I don't think they're targeted to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of it too. Is I wonder if they'll be valuable for mockers. And I think maybe there is some space for that. We'll just have to see because we haven't seen it yet.
I think we could, but at the same point, like, how are you'd have to have it motorized for display to make it interact, and it's only going to last an hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
So there's you could probably integrate it into a mock, but nothing you could like show.
Maybe you could set it up in some fashion so that it could stay on the charger and be close enough to the tile to do stuff. I don't know.
Possible, I guess.
But you have to shake it, I think, to
I
get
mean,
it to
I
wake
could
up.
see Bethany figuring out some way to use it too, for sure.
It's possible. Yeah.
Because
Let's
she
see
could
here.
embed the way that she does motion, and she embeds it all underneath the mock, where you said you could maybe leave it on the tray.
Yeah. Hard to say. How's the Hail Mary $100 set? I don't know. Good question. I had home baked garlic bread for breakfast. Okay, why not? The Spark Brick right now feels like a test launch. Cool that they used it for Star Wars. I hope the GBC guys use them. Yeah, that might be a source. So yeah, someone with some tech know-how to use them in an appropriate fashion. All right, from the Boneyard, the set coming back in. This one was not particularly close. VMAX Celebrate Hail Mary, potentially re-entering the fray. So we'll have these guys face off in a Super Boneyard match coming up. The other sets that will enter that will be the ones that lost today. So let me grab those. They will be in their own set here. So Pokemon, the Super Poke set, maybe still will have a comeback. I guess we'll see. Water Lilies and Train. I'm not surprised they're out. But we'll give those guys another run from our Dead Boneyard. And then Grand Rapids. Here's the two shockers. Pokemon and Titan Mech potentially facing off as a possible re-entry too. These guys are so big they don't even fit in the bracket. And then last but not least, the Soccer Ball and the Marisk. I don't think anyone cares about these two trying to get back in. But they were in our Sweet 16, so they will get another shot at glory in a future episode. So that's our round 1 champs. We'll face our round 2 champs, and then the round 3 champs when we get to them will land in here. They don't have to face anyone because there will only be one of them. And then the loser of the championship match will get another shot. So we'll take some more time in the Boneyard coming up. They'll be much quicker in the future because we won't have to eliminate extras like we did today. So that's what we'll do from our Boneyard. That way, if your favorite set was out, it might still have a chance to get back in. Get your friends, like and subscribe, get them to like and subscribe, do all those things so that they're here to try to vote your favorite set back from the Boneyard. I was scrolling to get that, but VMAC got there faster. Look at this guy. All right. All right, time for close calls, or as some people call them, polls. It's time for polls.
Second polls.
I was about to say we've had
so many polls today. So many polls. These hopefully though are what we're used to, so they'll go a little faster. First poll question. Is it COVID's fault my kids don't have school tomorrow?
Yes.
Thanks for the explanation. Yes. So I will explain why that's a possibility. Or no way. They could have canceled anyway, brah. Okay. So in Minnesota, we get snow all the time, right? We got They said 12 to 18 inches. Of course, we got like 6 or 7, 6, 7, right? So we didn't get no 18 inches. However, there's two little factors here that might be important. The first one is that we just are coming off a spring break, so there are possibly people who were trying to travel home today, and there may have been flights canceled. The second factor is post-COVID, the schools are set up to do distance learning. So canceling schools and forcing kids into distance learning isn't like a big deal anymore. So I don't know if we've lost our constitution in Minnesota, and it's because COVID lets us do distance learning, or if we think that it has something to do with other factors and they would have canceled it anyway. Brick Orphanage says wherever he is, probably in the southern half of the metro, he got 12 inches. Up in the northern part, though, it looks like we got fewer.
Well,
So
I have a
I want to know.
question.
Yeah,
So you said there's no school tomorrow. Is there virtual learning or is there no school?
virtual learning. So they get one free snow day, and they got their snow day when it was like negative 30 here one week. But now that they've used that, they do distance learning.
But you said they don't have school tomorrow, but they do. It's virtual learning.
It's not
They have
school
no
and
real school, but
Yeah, but they don't get like snow days like we had.
they don't get that. The whole e-learning thing is, they take advantage of it. Here we get 10 days of e-learning that they don't have to make up for weather. So they've already built in that we're going to have like 10, possibly 10 weather related days. Snow is not uncommon here, but if it snows on Wednesday, they won't have school the rest of the week, no matter if it's a half an inch or not. Like, it's whatever excuse they can use up all 10 of those days, and the kids don't get anything out of it. It is completely and utterly pointless.
Got it. I think they get 6 here. I can't remember. I have a college student now, but I think the public school system, they get 6 in my county.
Let them have a day off if it's that bad. Like, every single study says it's not how long you're in school, it's what you learn when you're there. So replacing learning with not learning when they don't want to be there, they'd rather be playing in the snow or playing with their friends because it's so bad out. I don't know. We shouldn't get into politics on this show, but I have very strong opinions on this.
I take it. Yeah, and for us, it's interesting because my daughter is going to sleep over at a friend's house tonight. She did her distance learning tonight. So they already have this thing, they call it a choice board that has like activities on it. She did all of them, and now she's going to a friend's house and sleeping over.
Loophole.
So, yeah. Rick Orphanage says the later you get in the season, the more likely they use the snow days just to use them. Yeah, but we only get one snow day or weather-related cancellation, and they already used it. So now they're doing distance learning, I guess. And maybe you're right. Maybe there's 10 distance learning days, and they can still use those. I don't know.
If your kid isn't like in middle school, someone has to be there to do it with them anyway. So it's like it's a little bit snowy. I still have to go to work.
So do I.
So you have maybe grandma who doesn't know tech at all try to figure out how to get the kid in class on this iPad that has 12 different apps that you have to go to.
Yeah, it's so much different than when I was in school with that too. There was one January when I was in school where we only had school 6 days the entire month or something like that. And we ended up having to do a lengthened school day with compressed subject matter time in order to make the state requirement. So, instead of going 8 to 3:30 or whatever, we were going 8 to 4:15 or something, and stretching out, instead of 50-minute periods, they were 55-minute periods or whatever it was, or 60-minute periods.
95, 96.
Could have been.
Yeah,
we had so much snow.
We got like a foot of snow and then an ice storm, so it was like a foot of snow with 2 inches of ice on it. And
95, 96.
we were shut down for two weeks completely shut down.
Yeah. Well, it's late in the evening and nobody cares. So yes, it's COVID-1, but no one cared. Moving on. Would you be interested in Serenity and Lego? This is the
FPJ.
Serenity ship. Right here. Somebody built this in Lego. I just pulled it off the interwebs. But would you buy one of these bad boys if the new animated series becomes a thing, as we talked about earlier, and something like this was available in Lego?
Somebody had the Chibi Millennium Falcon or MIDI scale Millennium Falcon rebrickable of this at Indianapolis this weekend. It's a pretty famous rebrickable for that, I guess, which is better than having the MIDI scale Falcon. So,
whatever. Usually I haven't been putting the titles on the polls, but I'll put this one in just so people can see it. Would you buy Firefly Serenity in Lego? That's the question. I would love a Firefly. Need a Lego Prosty. I don't know what that means.
Lego prostate exam sounds painful.
Yeah, it does. People like getting a day off. Teachers aren't immune. It's probably true. I think part of it, though, is probably the travel is a factor in it. But I think because of the COVID, they're more likely to jump on something like that. Just because of the nature of having this built-in way to still have school, I guess, in air quotes, but I'm not sure. The chat does not understand the assignment. There are not very many votes. It's a slow evening. We're already past 3 hours, but they don't seem to know that the correct answer to this question is yes. But we'll see how it turns out.
I'd say a good number of ours chat is exhausted from the show today.
That's probably true. We didn't have all of our usuals, or they only stopped in very briefly, probably because they needed to travel home or take a nap. So maybe on replay, there'll be a lot of anger. Algoff was here earlier. I haven't heard from Al all night.
Oh, he was whipped after the show. That many people and what he does, like he doesn't even have stanchions. So every person that comes up to him, he interacts with, and he's his drawers open and all that. So
yeah,
he was absolutely whooped.
Yeah. Brick Orphanage points out a prostitute, a professional companion. Yeah. The correct choice here, because I only really said yes or take my money, should have been take my money, but I put no in foolishly into that as an option. And yes, you're right. One of the characters in Firefly is in fact a prostitute. So yeah, maybe not something Lego's necessarily into, but who knows? Maybe the animated series, she won't be a prostitute? Question mark.
Like a kindergarten teacher or something.
Yeah.
Isn't there a brothel in the Lego movie?
There could be. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there was a brothel in that Wild West town.
It's the oldest profession.
In the Pharrell movie, there were some scenes where they were.
It was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
All right.
Even Snoop was. What was it? The PG spray.
All right. So maybe it's not outside the realm of possibility. I don't know. But the chat's tired. They don't want to give the right answer. So no wins at 60-40. Not a ton of votes, but that's where we are. Here's the big question for today, though. Hopefully we'll get a little more action on this one. We already talked about it a little. Would you rock the more traditional Lego Crocs? Sure or no way? We're definitely not talking about the $150 monsters. We're talking about the $80 or $90 monsters. Still not a great price, but at least they're not absurd looking, like you're going to trip while walking with them. But let's find out here.
I might be shameless, but I still have my dignity.
All right. So is that a no or a yes?
I'm not sure. I would rather wear the clog ones. At least it'd be funny. I cannot do Crocs.
All
And
right. Yeah.
not that I'm the apex of fashion. I have like 400 t-shirts and I wear 9 of them.
Yeah, me too. I only wear like 9 of them, but I wear the same 2 hoodies over all of them. So like, what does it matter? So, Brick Orphanage says, are they just going to be in kid sizes? No, they have both kids and adult sizes. The kids have a little bit of, they have a pink one that they don't have for the adults, but they have both kids and adult sizes. So they aren't just going to be kids. These Crocs at least look wearable, says Justin. Yep. I'm with VMAC, never Crocs. Hey, I have a set of Crocs. I mostly use them for, well, really 2 purposes. I wear them, for example, to the pool at a hotel. Like, that's a good use for them. And I wear them like if I'm bringing the trash outside because I can just slip them on. That's it. I don't like wear them as a normal outing shoe. But there's a couple uses for them. We also have a hot tub in our backyard. I wear them out there. So I have a few uses for them. Of course, that's part of the greatness of the Croc is they can get wet, they can get dirty, they can get whatever. You just hose them off and you're, moving on. This poll, true close call so far, 50-50. A couple people would wear them, a couple people wouldn't. JVB wears them to wash the car. That's fair.
Yeah, as a utility, like mud boots, I guess, like when you need them.
I think the big advantage, though, of the Crocs is you don't have to wear socks, and they're more productive and practical than slides. I don't like slides. I don't like them flippy flopping off the back of my feet.
Slides when they're wet like to roll under my foot, like sideways.
Yeah.
So they're not great for pool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give you the Crocs for the swimming pool. But...
Yeah, it's a great use for them, and you can both put the strap on forward or push the strap back. Forward slips on easier. Backs they hold on a little tighter. I wouldn't use them to, like run a marathon or anything. But they have some utility. So that's always fun. So relatively close call right now. No is winning. There's still people who don't love the Crocs. I doubt they'd fall apart in a year. That's true. They do tend to have decent durability, though. My kids, they've gotten the little gibbets and all that nonsense. They've lost a few of those. My son has the world's most annoying Minnesota Vikings Crocs. They're purple with a horn sticking out of the side of them. And then they've got like a fleece lining in them, so you can't even wear them for like the traditional, running to the pool type thing. They, can actually get stinky and gross because they've got some sort of lining in them. It's kind of like, yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of the Croc Miles. But he loves them, so what can you do? Let the poll run for another minute here while I pick our outro song. Let's see here. What haven't we heard today? We'll pick a good one here. We haven't heard. Okay, we'll put this in there.
I haven't heard the Star Wars. It's not a song though, but the short and condensed clip of your villains, Star Wars villains.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we got a visitor. Look who's here.
Gotta get the mic. Cinder, you gotta get the mic.
He probably will. He's purring already.
Oh.
Here's my
That's
guy.
my kitty.
Sammy's howling.
Jealous.
I discovered something during the show. So I had this like old, the old container for the pad wall.
Yeah.
And I didn't want them to knock it over, so I was trying to transfer it from the box into the container. And look, what's left in the box. So I know there's been a debate, like which one do you get more of? I couldn't put everything from the box into the container.
Oh, there you go.
Probably depends on the element too.
Well, these are all like botanical, so they fill every nook and cranny, which is cool. Except for like these brackets. Oh my gosh, these brackets! I was so happy to get these on the
Yay!
pad wall.
You got it, Sind. You
So
got
happy.
it.
And look, they had the sunflowers. We have the sunflowers. Which I thought was cool. And I have like 1,000 of these from Lugbook, but
Not the tri-lobe leaf.
I just have them sitting in a bag. No use for them, but and then the leaves, like there were so many different leaf colors, which was cool. But I have a billion of those as well.
You
But
can take those tri-lobe leaves and make like a vine as a frame around one of your mosaics.
okay, I didn't think about that. I will do that because I have a billion of them. I don't know what to do with.
There you go.
All right, buddy.
Teamwork.
We'll see you later. We're trying to wrap up our show.
Bye, Cinder.
Bye, Cindy. Actually, my wife doesn't like when I call him Cindy. She thinks it makes me sound like a little girl.
It does.
All right. Ending our poll. Most people would choose not to rock the Crocs. In fairness, not a huge volume of votes. Second of all, possibly the fact that maybe they would just never wear Crocs at all. Friday Night Brick says, cat. You're right. We had a cat who was on the show. All right. So now that we've balanced the sides, better be back, baby. I believe we're going to be hitting our regular schedule this week. No indie show. So I believe we'll see Mark and Lene and who knows who else on Wednesday. And then we'll be back on Sunday again, hopefully full crew this time. In a couple of weeks, I will be heading up to my dad's for his birthday. But I think we're still going to be back in time to do the stream. I don't have another spring break planned, at least. So I got that going for me. I am going to try to get my microphone plugged into the back of the computer so I'm not on the headset mic, though we managed today anyway. Before we wrap up, VMAC, any other thoughts on the Lego realm, as it were, for this week?
No, I'm still riding a high from the show. I said, audience was great, builders were great, very high energy, great to get the gang back together again, and really looking forward to Chicago. This year feels different. It feels better. Feels like we're on to something special this year. So let's keep that ball rolling.
All right. So VMAX, Mr. Positivity today. Hopefully his mech will stand upright for all of Chicago.
And even if it doesn't, I still had a blast. I didn't even get mad when I had to, like when I found out it was felled over. I didn't even get mad.
There you
fixed it and went on.
All right. And our dabbler Lene, anything you want to say to the tainted tonight?
You got it right 90% of the time. Thank you for that. And no, that's it. There's Mom and Mo tomorrow. So
right. Yeah, check that out. And remember, Mom and Mo, always a good time because even if they say something wrong, they mess up a little bit. Our friend Bob Ross, he says there are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents. Here's our friend Bob in minifig form. We can try this on the other camera next week if I still have it open so that we can see it perfectly. But you can see our happy tree man with his paintbrush. We normally also read a little selection from the Bob Ross book. So we will do that as well. He's full of all kinds of beautiful quotes. And he gave them all to us in this lovely book that I got for Christmas from my kids called Happy Little Accidents, The Wit and Wisdom of Bob Ross. I don't want to read any of them.
I tried to be you last week. I tried to Google some quotes. I missed the mark.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Nobody can do that.
Here is probably, I think, one of his better quotes, one of the best ones I've seen in here. I don't know if I've read this one before or not, but hey, if I have, happy accident, because it's a great quote. It says, "That's when you experience joy, when you have no fear." That's what we hear from Bob. Look at that landscape that he painted from us there. All right, I set the outro bit as a song. We didn't play it today, but it's one of our most popular. We didn't get to all our songs today, but enjoy this one. It is probably our most popular currently. So a little bit of accoutrement to end the show. Here we go.
This is the style you aspire to. It's flawless, expensive, and new. No two chairs are matching, and the fig tree is dying. Look, there are little balls on the shelf. I just made you say balls. Accoutrement in the bowl. Accoutrement. Blank canvas on the wall. Blank canvas. Tripping hazard on the stairs. The stairs are a shelf. Lifestyle shots with our ladder to nowhere. Yeah! We've got the antique stapler next to a meaningless roll of twine. We found grandma's urn surrounded by books with no spine. The photoshopped iPad is on a step, and dad's old ashtray looks just fine. Accoutrement in the bowl. Accoutrement. Blank canvas on the wall.